Hello, hello. Welcome to the show, everybody. Mike, T-Roy in the house. What up, E?
Hello, hello.
How are you, my friend?
Great.
Welcome
Happy
back.
to be here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Happy to have you here. How was the Rolling Stone show last night?
Good, man.
Yeah?
Good. I mean, I was telling T-Ray right before I come here, that's more for my dad. I knew about half the songs, but,
It's not bad.
That's okay. And
You've probably never owned a Stones album in your life, so
no, I
knowing
haven't.
half the tunes.
Right.
That's not bad.
Right. No. And man, for 78, I guess Mick Jagger is. I don't exactly know what Keith Richards is, but in there, I think 77 or
186.
something. Right.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. Holy shit.
Still putting it down?
Yeah, impressive. I hope I can do
Who
that shit in
opened for
10
him?
years. Some dude named Aaron, is it Aaron Jones? I had not heard of
Packers
him.
running back?
He's on the shelf for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
He's got some-
Okay. he's on
I had
tour
not
with
heard
the
of
Stones.
them, but
Were they good?
They seemed good. Yeah, they were pretty
Yeah.
good. Starting acts are always so hard if you don't know who they are and people.
The Stones typically have really good opening acts.
I was kind of pissed because in Atlanta, you wouldn't care, but in Atlanta they had Zach Brown band open up. Which
Yeah,
is
that's big.
yeah, which I would have been like,
They've
holy
had
shit.
GNR open for them. I saw Maroon 5 on Maroon 5's very first
Okay.
tour open for the Stones. They were fantastic. I couldn't believe it. I would have thought they were just some
Yeah.
pussy band, but they were all playing live and really good.
Yeah, whoever this guy, I'd never seen him before, but they seemed really good. They seemed to rock pretty hard and do pretty good. And yeah, the Stones were. You know, I
Was
heard
your dad rocking out to it, singing along?
He loved it, man. In the end, the production, dude, holy shit, they had some great production. Just what you can do now with thin screens and
Yeah.
flat screens and shit
Yeah.
like that. It's just everybody can fucking look like you're you spending $10 million or some shit.
It takes days to put that stage and everything.
Oh,
together.
I'm sure. Which is obviously these days they only do like one a week or so. I forget how they only did like 16 stops on this tour or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, my dad liked it. My dad had a blast. He was very, very thankful to go. And for me, I heard you say kind of like how many songs would he know and stuff. And when I've gotten to some of these things with my dad, taking to some shows or whatever, like there's just songs like that. To me, it's worth hearing a few songs live. Hearing Painted
yeah.
Black live is worth it. I don't need to know all
You'll
the
never
songs.
regret seeing the classics.
Right.
I'm so glad I saw Prince. I'm so glad I saw Elton John, Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen. Even though Bruce's show is way too fucking long.
I-
I'm still glad I saw all those people,
Yeah.
at one point or another.
I will tell you. So I started, back in the day, certainly it was a joke that I was just like, what tickets did I buy with my dad's credit card to take him to, and whatnot. But these experience things that started out rather selfishly at first. I used to just take my sister to things, and then she was under 21, so I could get wasted and she'd drive me home. But
That's a good move.
but they've turned into actual, memory shit and stuff like that. And out of all the ones
It is selfish on one level, but you are building memories with family, even though you're sort of taking advantage.
I think now it's
kinda
become
cool.
now it's become more like that. In the
That was the
beginning, it wasn't.
unintended.
It was an unintended consequence.
Exactly.
That
It
now
started out as pure selfishness,
Yes.
but it's groomed into
Absolutely.
And there's no doubt, E. Since I met you, what is it, 10 years ago?
Yeah,
now?
yeah, or
You've
lot more
matured.
even, but-
You've matured so much since that kid walked into my
Yeah.
office.
And it wasn't. And by
So
the way,
I could see that you're cool hanging out with your family and
And
stuff.
I never took my sister. It wasn't like I took my sister, though, by the way, to like, I was taking her to see something I wanted to see. And it was
Yeah.
like, I mean, it was stuff we always mutually enjoyed. Just until she was 21, I would just end up
Yeah.
getting rather intoxicated. She'd have to drive me home. But
I'm sure your sister loved it.
Yeah, I'm
She's
sure-
got a great rack. Is she happily married still?
as far as I know,
good?
in the latest update,
Yeah,
yeah, she is
good.
happily married. But when you mentioned those guys, you said Bruce. So I've taken my dad to about 7 of these. I think, Billy Joel, McCartney. Nothing against Bruce. Good job on him. 2 hours, what a workhorse. I didn't really care for it that
Yeah,
much.
I didn't either.
Didn't play Glory Days.
Yeah, right. Born in the USA or
Right,
or if he
right.
does, it's some weird version that 3/4 of the way through it before you realize.
Right.
Pretty sure this is Born in the USA. What's going on here?
The only one he was better than, and that isn't hard, was unfortunately Dylan. Because
Dylan. Yeah.
God, I wish I could have seen him at some point when he was Bob Dylan.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we were
No,
there.
seeing folk Bob Dylan in the '60s
yeah.
would have been amazing.
Right,
Yeah,
that must have been incredible. But like,
Yeah.
that's still, and I know you too. But the Dylan we saw, me and my dad, we only knew technically one song, and it took us like halfway through, three quarters before like I think this is
Which is
Baby
absurd because I
or-
think I have every Dylan album and I've done the same thing. Like, how do I not know these? I have all of his shit, all of it. So
yeah,
No,
it was
no,
like I
no.
remember like
You don't have any of the new stuff.
right? Yeah, that's probably the
I
problem.
guess, but me and my dad sat there Troy like through like I mean it was like three-fourths of a song. And I think is this Tangled Up in Blue? I
Shouldn't have to
think-
say that with Tangled Up in Blue.
No.
Or I forget if it was that one or
Masters of
another
War,
one, but it was
you know.
it was one of the ones that everybody would most people would know. And I was
Yeah.
like, and me and my dad were
It's
both
probably Tangled Up in Blue.
yeah. It
Yeah.
was nice to say you saw him. I suppose it was a long show. We had to drive down to Toledo, and it was like, well, I guess we saw Bob Dylan.
Oh, I remember that. That was a few years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, I put it on the list. You saw it. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed. We started the show last night and got done, and I had an email from a listener that was like, "Hey, man,
go
last
ahead."
minute, I got a couple great tickets for
you son
the
of a-
Stones tonight. I can't use if you can use them." But
Yeah.
you know,
Timing is everything.
the Niners were playing last night on Monday Night Football. I didn't see the email. Actually, I didn't even see it till this morning. But
God, we're in. It's funny. This first half of this, I know we don't talk too much about the sports and the Lions especially, but I've been pulling for Stafford because because I don't care that much about Stafford. I'm not a fan per se, but I just hate the Lions so fucking much that I would have loved to seen him fucking first year win a playoff game and just show you, was the organization.
he will.
He's still
I know, but now he's had a few of these games and it's like, oh shit.
It's all right. Get him out in the middle of the season.
Yeah, no, they'll be fine. The Rams will be fine. They're stacked. You know, there were reasons last night why that went south for them, but they'll be fine. And I fully expect to. I'd be surprised if Stafford didn't make a fairly deep playoff run.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think the Rams should by all accounts be able to go a few rounds into the postseason.
And then
I'd probably pick them to be in the Super Bowl
Okay.
right now, even though they've had 2 shitty weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I'd still pick them. I think, you know, if they can shore up some back end of their defense and
Right.
you know, whatnot, they'll get the receiving shit down though.
And I'll say
fix
this.
that.
I'll say this one last thing about kind of some football stuff. For like the Lions, I didn't watch it. Don't watch these games anymore. But I know what happens. I was driving home for a little bit, turned it on, and I'm like, you know, I put it on my Facebook. But first season of 17 games, how fucking Lions would it be if they went 0-16 and won? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they still went 0-16, but they have a tie, so they didn't go 0-17.
We were pulling for 0-17 in this household.
I
really were.
I don't know.
I mean, it was looking really strong that they could go 0-17.
Right.
For real.
I
Yeah.
am so serious with the Lions. Like, I don't watch anymore, but I love them because I want them. I do. I tell people I don't watch because if I watch, I'll be mad. If I don't care. When is it the time when I can finally want them to win? When do I have to stop cheering for 0-17 and draft
you're
picks?
years away from. You're years away. When they legitimately put 4 quarters together for multiple weeks in a row and start off 5-1, you know, with some good wins, quality wins, then you go, okay, well, let's see where this goes. Until then, I wouldn't bother turning on a single game.
2026,
You know what's
2027,
so-
somewhere in there.
Yeah. I mean,
Pathetic.
no one on this team will be on the.
Right.
Probably not a single player on this team will be on the roster by the time this team's decent.
Maybe the offensive dude, right? What's his name?
Penis Sewell?
Peter Sewer?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
I
Peter
don't know.
Sewer, maybe Swift, maybe if he's
You know
still
what's
here for a couple
so
of years.
fucking pathetic, dude? Is
We shouldn't even talk about
I
this. Who
understand.
cares?
I understand
Honestly,
this.
the audience doesn't want to hear us talk about this shit.
Well, let me say this anyway. I'm 37. Because I already started. I'm 30 fucking 7. I just realized that as we're sitting here now, that I am most likely right around the age that my dad. I used to cry when the Lions would lose when I was like 7. I've always been very emotional about sports, and my dad would just tell me, dude, they never won in my lifetime. Don't plan on them living in yours. And it's like, dude, I'm probably at the age-ish that my dad was telling me that.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Anyway.
Yeah, it's been, 60 years? Something like that.
Going
It's-
strong. I saw the banners up there last night. I was at the Stones concert because you were right there. And I'm like, oh, wow, we killed it in the 50s. Like 3 championships in the 50s? Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. No one cares. No, they're just so bad. So bad. They're not even fun to watch. I mean, it was mildly entertaining.
That was an entertaining
Still
game.
watch it. It was, I mean, that's just so sad when you're like, oh my God, they're almost competitive in a game. This is amazing, but still.
Why do we have ties in the NFL, by the way, at this point? Can't they just... Why do we have ties?
Yeah.
In
it's
the
ridiculous.
NFL?
Have a field goal.
College
contest,
doesn't have
like a
ties.
shootout.
Well, I guess because college,
No,
they don't have
they
ties,
don't.
right?
They go back
Yeah,
and forth
the
with
whole
2-point
back-
conversions. Yeah.
Don't
Stupid,
start on
too.
that, but
Yeah.
But college doesn't have ties, but the NFL does.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man.
They're so rare. This is the only one this year. So far.
Well, I fucking can remember 2 Lions ties in the last 5 years already.
know.
I mean, fuck
I
me.
know, I know.
Like they're so rare, and yet the Lions have had 2.
We're in a,
like,
we're in a Lion Square thing, and whatever, the half of them carry over to the next week, right? It's $500 a week.
Right.
And 9-6 both ways would have carried over into next week. So it would have been $1,000 in next week's pool.
Yeah.
And they somehow managed to pump out
Because they do
a tie.
anything. Because they can't do anything.
We're like, all right, this
Right.
carried over either way. No.
Yeah, cool. Next week we can try to double our money.
Well, that was like when I fucking put money on them. You know, they had the Monday night game at Green Bay, and they gave you some free thing if you get your money back if you lose on a parlay or some shit. And I have them the under or whatever I picked. I picked these things, and I was like. And then all of a sudden they were competitive in the first half. They were gaining 2 touchdowns. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Yeah. You can't even, when I bet on you not scoring, now you're going to fucking score these points.
Dude, you got to do the Costanza and just bet the opposite of what you think.
Always.
It's just, I'm serious. Just go with your Costanza.
Dude, I added to that. Whatever I bet on that thing, because on parlays you can make your own kind of way. You can kind of set the over-unders and stuff. I set everything further than I even thought it was going to be. And I was just like, you motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah.
They get you every time.
It's tough. It's tough. Well, one place you won't see a tie is usually in the courtroom, and the country is bracing. Do you guys feel the tension, the bracing for the Kyle Rittenhouse? I'm so glad the trial's done. We won't spend a ton of time on it, but
Oh, it is?
yeah, they had their closing arguments, and now it's in the jury room.
The jury is in deliberation.
Gotcha.
I thought it was so weird. Like they had 18 jurors, of which they'll use 12.
Yeah.
And so they brought a wooden box over to Kyle Rittenhouse,
Yeah.
and he did a drawing.
Like church bingo. It was like,
Yeah. He did a drawing for the 12 names that were going to be the jurors that officially
Wow.
decided the case, and then you've got the 6 alternates. or
Don't they
whatever.
isn't that usually a huge part of it? Like them going back and forth and rejecting people? Or did they already do that?
Oh, they already,
Yeah,
they
they did
long
that.
already did that. But and then they've got alternates. So if someone gets
Okay.
sick, or if someone you
Okay.
find out is biased or whatever, they've got alternate jurors. But then, so these alternate jurors all these jurors have been hearing the whole thing, so that if they
Gotcha.
need to step in, they can. But when push comes to shove, it's a jury of
12.
of 12
When
peers.
you talk about the tension, Mike, I don't know if this might blow your fucking mind, but from what I see, which is just when I scroll on Facebook,
Yeah.
the people I know that tend to lean to the left
Yeah.
seem to think he's guilty as fuck.
Yeah.
And get this,
Sure.
the people that tend to lean to the right
Really
seem
think
to
he's
think that he's
innocent.
really innocent. I don't know if that's like,
That's crazy
is,
coincidence.
right, is that crazy? Or
How ironic.
it doesn't seem to be a lot of down the line there.
You know, the troublesome part to me is when you just keep seeing these things where it's like, it seems like an odd coincidence, but they always seem to go in one direction.
Yeah.
You know, whether it was a story that you could read one way or you could cynically read it another way, and it was always reported the way that was going to shit all over Donald Trump. Never give anyone the benefit of the doubt. So many of these stories I find myself reading where it's like, boy, that's an interesting way that unfolded. And what do you know? The other side to that coin really benefits this one side, and it always seems to be the same side. I'm sure the other side would say, no, that's true the other way. But, this prosecution, and I watched a lot of this trial, trying to prop these guys that were shot, that were killed or injured, the one guy, Gage Grosskreutz or whatever, trying to prop them up as just like good citizens in the community doing the work. And then, you read and you go, these guys were all convicted fucking sexual predators, rapists, child rapists, strangling women, fucking, and the last one I hadn't heard, but there was, the guy Gage Grosskreutz had his second DUI, blew 3 times the legal limit, just dismissed 6 days before the trial.
Really?
Yeah, because if that had gone through to prosecute, and it was on some technicality, and they said Wisconsin law says you don't have to use your turn signal if there's no other cars around, right? So if you're driving down an empty road and a cop's sitting there, you changed lanes, didn't use the signal, it's technically not illegal. Mm-hmm. And so he gets pulled over, by the way, he's anti-cop so much, he's a cock anytime he has a run with a cop. His juvenile record is sealed. His adult record is fucking atrocious. Prowling, breaking into police headquarters and videotaping their cars for some reason that we can't establish, beating up a chick, slapped his grandmother across the face and whipped her fucking lamp across, shattered on the wall. He's got felony convictions. This is the civil fucking, hero running around Kenosha, Wisconsin, right?
Yep.
So he's got this DUI, and on a technicality, another lawyer I heard saying this is such a laughable like technicality to get out of a charge like this level of DUI. But what it meant was, if he was on some sort of probation parole for that violation, if it was pending, that would be relevant to the case currently. And so that could have come out as to what kind of person we're dealing with here. And so it mysteriously just disappeared, and the prosecution didn't want their star witness to have this sort of information come out. It just seems like, wow,
It's convenient.
when do they go to bat for convicted felons who get drunk driving 3 times over the legal limit, belligerent as shit, refuse cops, tell them to fuck off, have to go to the hospital, draw blood, and then boom, mysteriously 6 days before he's got to go on the stand is the star witness, victim, hero of Kenosha.
He's the
They
only one
drop the
left.
charges, so it can't be pertinent to the case and can't be brought up in court. Just seems a bit fucking odd. So the jury, who's deliberating right now, has no idea about any of this shit.
Nope.
Not that it means a ton to this particular case, but seems like, if you're trying to slant something one way or the other, that's one way you could do it.
Yeah.
Just finding unique, tricky ways to keep shit from, being revealed. It's just odd. It's odd.
The prosecutor, when he was talking about Grosskreutz was out there, he's like, yeah, so maybe he was going to go smash a couple Duramax or set a fire or so what?
Oh, he lit a couple bonfires in the street. Oh, he lit a dumpster on fire. Ooh, he said racial things like the N-word. Oh. He actually did that on the stand. The
Wait a minute.
prosecutor.
So wait a minute. He did this, with what your guys talking about, but then he grilled. I don't even remember the kid's name, but grilled that kid about video games and so you're
Yeah.
playing one-person shooter games.
Yeah.
Now what does that mean? You're shooting at people? And it's like, yeah, it's a video game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that was he's hitting him hard because he plays Call of Duty or some shit. And apparently this is just
Comical. Absolutely
Dude,
comical.
that's what he said. Because all of this stuff happened the night of the shootings. So this was all relevant to the case, the point you're bringing up, Troy. Here he is in pictures waving a chain around. Here he is lighting a dumpster on fire and pushing it into a fucking gas station. Here he is lighting another fire and blocking the roads. And I think he even said something dumb like, to block traffic from going into the troubled areas.
You're saving people.
Really looking out for the community. Oh,
What do you mean by troubled areas, by the way? What does that mean?
He was caught on camera saying racial stuff like the N-word. Ooh. It was like, yeah. For anyone else, that would be a real problem, asshole. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What does he mean by the troubled areas, by the way? And where are those exactly? And what makes them
They were the ones
troubled
with
areas?
dumpsters on fire. And
Yeah. It's crazy. This is the part that bothers me. They rushed this thing in an effort to look super progressive, like we're on the side of the Black Lives Matter and stuff. And so they charged this kid 3 days after this. No investigation.
Yeah.
No. And so that's coming back to bite him in the ass now that they have all the details, and it's like, oh shit, this isn't good for us. We're getting our asses kicked. But the part that I have a huge problem with too is this idea that you can just go harass these people that make up a jury doing their civic duty, that anyone could be called to jury duty and go up and you do your best and you win some, you lose some, but you're doing your part for the community. Hey, here's the case. It's presented to me. I'm the one that's sitting in here listening to all this nonsense fucking for 2 weeks, disrupting my life. And you're going to dox me and threaten us.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
The
by
judge.
any means necessary.
Judge Bruce Schroeder has received hundreds of vile messages from detractors. Correspondence sent to the Kenosha County Courthouse revealed threats against his life as well as his children. A fax to the courthouse read, "This is outrageous. What fresh hell is this? Rittenhouse is a murderous thug, and trying to protect him says a lot about this judge." This came in reaction to the pretrial. The prosecutor barred the prosecutors are barred from referring to the men shot by Rittenhouse as victims.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you mentioned this. And while the defense team was permitted to refer to them as rioters and looters, if they can provide evidence to back up the terms. Now, apparently, this is common in legal practice if the person is saying, I'm not guilty of, if he's claiming self-defense.
Yeah.
That at that point, you don't want to bias a jury with
Just by the
victims.
exactly that terminology alone
Right.
sets a precedent.
And the looters and rioters aren't on trial, so they don't need that same protection that someone who is charged with something would get. It's kind of like in a weird way, like you don't want your client coming in an orange jumpsuit and shackles.
Yeah.
You know, they let him wear a suit and tie
You know
because
what,
it
too?
gives the image that, you know, oh yeah, this guy did something.
Not to go to a way back flashback, but dude, the fucking Minivan USA, dude, in that trial,
Yeah.
he was coming in and he has
Lakes Minivan USA.
Lakes Minivan USA, yes. He was not going to wear shoes because of his religion, and they had the jury already in, and then the guy came up and was like, talk to the judge, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, they might judge him because I don't like that religious or bullshit. What is he, Arab?
Yeah.
Or some shit. So
Yeah.
they brought the jury, they took the jury all out,
And then they
had him
come
walk in, sans shoes, and then they brought the jury back
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
So
And the jury's none the wiser.
right,
You know,
I still can't believe that thing. All these years later, just
I
sitting
know,
in that
you did some cool shit.
sitting in that trial watching that
Hell
dude.
yeah.
You know, he murdered those motherfuckers.
So that's why. But if you don't know that, if you don't know how the judicial system works, that's commonplace. That, you know, you're trying to give someone the most unbiased chance. It's the prosecution's job to prove someone's guilty of something. It's not his job to prove he's innocent.
Right.
It's not the way it works, right?
Or supposed to, anyway.
That's the way it's supposed to work. So these people that just read that and go, what? You can't call these people that he murdered victims, but you can call them rioters and looters? Well, yeah, he's the one on trial. He's the one who needs that protection in that example.
He kept checking them for every time they would say that Rittenhouse murdered them.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
oh, my bad,
Yeah,
Judge.
and when he murdered them, like, I just told you, you can't.
We are watching. Enjoy your term, Judge. It's going to be your last. If I ever meet you in person, I fully intend to spit directly into your face, regardless the cost. You are disgusting. Then the next guy says, the most heinous homicide known to man is what I wish on your children. One day, I hope his kids become victims of the most heinous homicide known to man, so he feels the pain, and he will not call his kids victims. We will not call his kids victims.
Whoa.
Wow, way to name
angry.
a white skinhead hothead to be a judge. No wonder they burn your city down. He's just a bald old white guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that under your black robes of justice you wear a white robe of the Klan. There is no way a fair trial can be heard under your supervision. Better yet, resign.
Yeah, well, you know, people don't like to look into the actual facts. Just whatever their opinion is all they need.
On Monday, the judge dismissed the jury, said, look, and they do this all the time. You need to ignore all the outside noise. You need to ignore what the former Vice President Joe Biden said. You need to ignore what former President Trump said. You need to tune that shit out. People are mad at him for that. The time has now come where the great burden of reaching a just, fair, and conscientious decision in this case will be placed totally with you. You will not be swayed by sympathy, passion, prejudice, or political beliefs. You will disregard any impressions that you may have, which you may believe are my opinion on the guilt or innocence of the defendant. You will disregard claims or opinions of any person, news, media, or social networking site. You will pay no heed to the opinions of anyone, even for 5 minutes, and like, we can out, watch a couple movies.
Now, if he gets, regardless of outcome,
Yeah.
can he still sue for defamation for the white supremacy thing? People calling him that when it was never even addressed in the trial.
Good
It
question.
has nothing to do with
You
whether
mean
or
if
not
he's convicted
he was,
and gets life in
If
prison?
he's convicted of murder and all that, but it had absolutely nothing to do with white supremacy. Was
Yeah,
never
well-
accused of it, never brought up in trial, never anything. But the media took it and ran with it, and Biden even said it.
Well, he'll be in line huge for not a mistrial, but the whatever they call that when you redo it.
Appeal. Yeah.
He's got a huge appeal claim already. He's got a mistrial claim already. Mistrial with prejudice. You know, the judge would have to declare that. So the judge doesn't want to see it go down that road. We'll see. But there are inmates that sue all the time. So yeah, I would think he could. I'd be shocked if he was prosecuted in this case for any of the charges. Now,
I mean, either way, I'm just saying, if he gets off, he definitely sues. I'm
Yeah.
just curious if somehow he is found guilty or a lesser charge or however that goes down.
Yeah.
If you still have that, because that's nothing. That's not. Nobody said that.
Well, the media outlets are still, as of right now, the 20 minutes before this recording, all over him as a white supremacist, Trump supporter, blah, 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 like all kinds of, white nationalist, MAGA, something or other. I mean, he's not even voting age at the time, so I don't, but, yeah, I guess we'll see, but I hope he sues the shit out of him. I think that's the only way this ends. I hope the people that are writing shit like that to the judge, if any of those are threats, I hope they find those IP addresses and fucking hammer those people.
Yeah, you'd hope.
Hammer them. Because what we've done over the last couple of years is teach people there's a couple different justice systems out there, and it's not right. We can all feel it. We all see it when a city gets torched, and make no mistake about it, Kenosha, Wisconsin will never be the same city it once was. No. Never. Those businesses and charred out buildings are gone. They won't be rebuilt. So you don't have to live there, anyone outside of Kenosha, Wisconsin. But the people that do, these assholes that decided for justice reasons to just destroy your city, thanks. Thanks for that. Now you can fuck off and leave. And we're stuck like Ferguson, Missouri, or Baltimore, or name it, any other big city that's had these riots. It's not fair. It's not right. And to see no one held accountable for this stuff is a crime in and of itself. And the only way it stops is if you line these people up and go, no, we're not taking this. And so now they've got 500 members of the military, National Guard on standby. Too little, too late, man. It's what you should have done a fucking year ago. Probably would have prevented a night like this that ended with this. This is so foreseeable. When you don't do your job, other people are going to get involved, and it's going to get contentious like this. It's going to get this bad. Yep. So you need to fucking knock this shit off, not let this stuff go on, not just excuse this behavior. And, people have a right to protest. They do not have a right to destroy property in people's lives. Yeah. They just don't.
Protest, yes. Riot and loot.
Riot and loot, no.
That's where it crosses the line. Mm-hmm. And it's funny. You'd think that would be agreed upon across the board. Mm-hmm. But it's not. It's not. Depends on how you're looking at it. In some ways, it's completely justified.
Some of the subtle ways the media covers this, they can't. If you notice, they always tell you that Kyle Rittenhouse is white, but they didn't tell you about the victims, the rioters or looters, who all were also white. All three of the people he shot were white, but they don't say that part. They don't say they're not white. They just don't acknowledge it. So the perception is, if you're not paying that close attention, there's a lot of people that believe he went into Kenosha, Wisconsin, and shot 3 black people to death, 2 and wounded 1. And they don't know. And that's just a subtle way the media plays.
Of course.
It's a subtle way they play, which is where you get stuff like this past week, the vice chair of the Oregon Democrats Black Caucus suggested that employers give their black employees at least 1 day off, possibly 2, after the verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial is delivered. Because no matter what the verdict would be, it would be hard for black people to work. And it wouldn't be fair for them to expect them to.
Why? Why?
How fucking patronizing is that?
It's incredible. I mean, maybe if you said like the Aubrey case, that might be a little more relevant. But the Rittenhouse case is nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. Gregory McElvoy said,
"These guys always looking for a day off."
You set off the Themis, Troy. You have to listen to last night's show.
I'm aware of of apparently this device that is going to tell us.
Oh, you were aware of it?
Yeah, I'm aware of it. I heard about it.
Where'd you hear about that?
Just the radio.
Yeah.
I heard someone talking about it. It's like, oh my fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems real. I really trust the idea. Forget the wokeness and get an alarm going off. But I definitely trust just a random object in my house and or wherever.
Yeah, listening to you like a fucking tattletale, just a wet noodle in the corner.
What did he say?
What did he say? What did you say?
It's just a hot mic with somebody on the backside.
I can't even, whatever.
We kept doing that last night.
Yeah.
So we could say something.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I can't. I don't even know, man.
It didn't deter us, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, really? Shocking. I would
Not a
imagine actually
deterrent.
that the what would you call them? The infractions were up would be
Yeah.
my guess. If around the house that was being
Oh,
said,
yeah.
I almost feel like that you two would look for infractions to make.
You don't have to
Yeah.
look too hard, man.
Wow! What a bombshell by Troy! A lot of racist and sexist things going on in this house.
Inappropriate.
But I'm not
Complete
here, thank
racist.
Proudly.
Jesus, see, take her easy.
I want the
This is
listeners.
a house of comics, man. If
Shut
it's
up.
funny, you say it.
I want the
Period.
listeners to know that I don't approve of anything that when
Good
I'm
for
not
you.
you. Those are not my thoughts or beliefs. That are
Good
being
for
said.
you. If you don't want to be offended, don't walk into this fucking house. I'll tell you that right now. So, yeah, Gregory McKelvey tweeted that employers consider giving your black employees a day or two off after the Rittenhouse verdict, regardless of outcome. It's going to be hard for black people to work, and it isn't fair to expect them to.
So should they just
That's
not have
so?
to work after any trial gets a verdict? Because
I-
he didn't shoot black people. So just anytime there's a trial, because there are trials every day. So
But
Yeah,
not this one. Not with this kind of ramifications.
it just
Gotcha.
it just says that. Hold on. Let me speak for all black people really quick. We are so sensitive to everything. We can't handle anything. And I'm just going to decide, since we're all the same and none of us have feelings or emotions of our own, I'm just going to decide for all of us that we're all going to need a day or two off
Or two.
to process
Or two,
this.
yeah.
You can't expect any one of the millions of us to go to work tomorrow or the next day because I know what's best for all black people. It's so cringy, so patronizing, so like groupthink. Like I speak for all black people. Fuck off, man.
I mean, dude, that's like the
There's not even a
equivalent-
reason behind it.
No, it wasn't even a black guy involved in it.
Like I said, if it was like the Aubrey case or something, maybe that has some actual racial ramifications, then
just
maybe.
sad.
In some way, how
I
much?
mean, no, you're still not getting the day off, but at least that would be relevant.
Yeah. In some way, by the way, him speaking for everybody, like in a weird way, it just hit my head. Like, is that almost like I have black friends? Like no, because like he's saying, like you said, this one black dude just speaking as if they're not individual people. So it's like, dude, like that's
Yeah.
why to me it's almost just like a guy just saying, well, I have black friends, so I can speak for I can laugh at this joke or I can do
Yeah.
this. Like,
Not to mention how many of them are actually working tomorrow anyways. It's something I would never say.
I mean,
We're gonna have to come up with a.
You wouldn't want to say
arm
something
on
like this, Mike, would you? Like,
Hell no.
what's the difference, maybe between a park bench and a black person? I don't know if you know where that's going, Mike, but
Where?
a
What is
park
it?
bench can, support a family. So, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say that, though.
Eric Fady said that. I want to apologize
Oh, boy.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh boy,
to any of our black listeners right now for having to hear that. That was insensitive.
I'm sorry.
unbelievable.
I can tell in your guys. I can honestly tell in your faces how you that went over the line. And I
Mortified.
apologize.
Mortified.
I'll go on an apology tour tomorrow.
Is
my
the feed
mom,
still
I
going?
guess.
Is the feed still going?
Yeah, we're still being racist on YouTube
Okay.
Just YouTube.
and Facebook.
Okay.
How do you
Left book,
guys,
as my friend calls it?
How do you guys feel about the people that post nude pictures? Hold on, let me finish. Of their wives or girlfriends because they're revenge. Like the chick dumped them.
Oh, yeah.
And they post the stuff like, what a whore my ex is, and blast it out on
It's
Reddit
not-
forums.
I don't know if you're looking for a joke here, but I mean, obviously,
No,
it's
no,
garbage.
I'm not.
It's garbage, dude.
No,
What
the
a
reason I
loser.
ask is there's revenge porn
Yeah.
laws that have been established in certain areas.
Yeah.
Where you can get in serious shit for that.
I think that's good, man. Fuck, that's crazy, dude.
Well,
I'm all for it personally too, E, for the record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Although it's weird because there is something weird about seeing revenge porn because this is amateur as fuck for sure. Like, it's not the fake shit that they tell you is amateur. Yet some, one thing about porn that really bugs the fuck out of me too. By the way, I'm sick of some of this step. You know how they always say stepdaughter, stepmother, or stepsister,
brother,
and all this
sister,
shit. It's all
yeah.
popular, and they're like, "Oh, video of me fucking my cousin at the Christmas party," and there's no storyline that leads into it. Like it's just two people fucking, and it's like, no, if you're gonna say that in the title, I want something to make me think that's what's happening here.
No one
Like-
wants a storyline anymore, E. Although the one I kind of like is the stepmom. So she's married to this guy, and then she's got this son now that was his from a previous marriage.
Right, of course.
And she keeps getting like she's making the bed and tucking the sheets in
Wow,
and gets
you know,
stuck.
he's kind of-
She keeps getting stuck, ass up, and she's doing laundry.
Hate when that
So
happens.
she's got a little mini dress on, but she's not wearing any panties.
Very common.
And
though.
the son comes in, and she's always screaming, "Will you just give me a hand? I dropped my ring down here. I can't reach it. I'm
Right,
stuck
right.
now." Can you just grab me and what do you right in her asshole? Just
Yeah.
You know.
No, I'm not saying
And
Mike.
she's
I
like,
get it.
I'm your mother. I'm your mom.
No.
You're my stepson. And
Step.
And Mike,
Yeah.
I get it.
No blood relation.
No one wants,
This is totally okay.
storylines and porn is bullshit. I understand that. But when
I
I'm
do.
going through them, I don't need a whole, William Shakespeare novel or like thing. But like if it's titled, like I said, like fucks
need
my
some- I need some
second cousin at
verification.
fucks my second cousin at at the Christmas party or
so
some
what
shit.
do you need? Him to be wearing a Santa hat or
No,
something to
I
make
just
it
want,
real?
I want something to be kind of like, they're in the other room, maybe look a little, and then like they sneak off and she starts, maybe under the table, starts whacking him, then they go in the other room, she's just something that like, I don't need to I can just watch fuck videos anytime I want. If you're going to tell me.
That could be, you could title that anything.
Right. It could just be having sex.
Anything you want it to be, right?
Right.
I think you're
Any scenario.
I think you're getting too worked up about this.
Well, I
Eve,
watch
'cause that-
so much of it. And by the way, I started to actually pay attention. This is the thing I've started doing now, dude, on Pornhub. There's comments, and it's like, the comments are so obnoxious.
what do you think they're gonna be?
You go down the comment section of porn.
I didn't even know
dude.
they had comment
And there'll
sections.
be,
That's hilarious.
dude, you'll start to go down them.
Are there people that take it really serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
damn, dude. This, they're like, oh, this chick's really hot ass, but maybe I just wouldn't mind if she would have done this, or would like to see more videos of this, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Constructive criticism.
it's just like, are you fucking dude? Pornhub? What are
Maybe
you doing?
maybe pull some comments for us sometime. Maybe we can
I'll
read some
okay,
of them,
next time
'cause-
I'm jerking off, I'll screenshot a
Can
few
you just
for
do a work project on the side where you're not jerking off?
No,
not
not
full
if you send them
research.
to Pornhub.
I'm a
Nope.
real journalist, Mike. I gotta go, in the trenches.
Can you star the piece of paper so I know this was while you were jerking off, so I can
You want
read it a little
timestamps of
differently?
exactly where it was going on in the situation? Was I just at,
No,
fluffing mode, or was I
just
in
looking-
climax? Or
What I'm more interested in is the people that take it very seriously. Like it.
No, I know
That's a
what you mean.
1342 mark. That's bullshit. No one would ever react like take it way too
yeah,
seriously.
and I assume that some of those guys are joking, but like some of them.
You
What
never
are,
know.
what are the jokes for? Who are they for?
You, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I didn't
yeah.
know anyone was reading those. I didn't even know they made them.
So-
Well,
whole
I just started
subcategory.
recently, like, because sometimes I'm looking for different things, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of what I want. So you go into more, and you go to the tags, like, okay, big ass, or
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. And then I saw the thing below it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, then there's like some of these like 13 comments. I'm like, holy fuck, dude.
Well, back to the revenge porn. I think guys are making a grave mistake with this. I mean, it's such an angel who's willing to send you whatever you ask for picture wise, and then if you burn those bitches a few times,
Yeah.
they're gonna stop doing it.
Yep, exactly.
You
You're
ruin
gonna ruin it for the
everybody.
rest of us.
Because you can't keep your shit together. You get so jealous
Right.
of some girl. A Maryland mayor lives 2 fucking miles from Washington, D.C. Could spend the rest of his life in prison after prosecutors say he posted nude photos of his ex without her consent in Reddit forums devoted to humiliation and racial degradation. Cambridge Mayor Andrew Bradshaw, 32, charged with 50 counts of distributing revenge porn on Monday. Between April 3rd and May 20th, he posted nude pictures of his ex-girlfriend on Reddit with captions like, the kind of body black men love.
Shit.
So what does that mean? What would that mean?
I'm thinking it's a thick white chick. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
Is okay.
That's what
thinking
I'm
big
thinking.
ass or
I'm
something?
thinking, yeah.
She's got a big ass on her. Okay.
Yeah.
Thick, as they would say these days, right? Right.
Yeah.
The other, he had another sub-Reddit category with this is the mayor of Cambridge.
Of course, yeah.
Right. 32-year-old mayor.
32-year-old mayor. That's a young mayor, it feels
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, youngest ever.
Not
for
for long.
Maryland. For Maryland. I post my titties on Reddit to get attention and to get off. And then a series of pictures.
Sure.
Bradshaw.
What did he think, by the way? Does he? I don't even forget the actual kind of garbage human being kind of thing he's doing here. But like, does he think people aren't gonna bring this back? Like,
It's never gonna come back.
What does he think the outcome of this is?
this
Everyone
a
goes,
late night
yeah,
Reddit
you're right.
post, you thinking,
know-
after a few cocktails?
Yeah, maybe.
You know what?
I mean,
You're
this
right.
doesn't sound like a sound decision
No,
at noon.
This is
you know?
a bit. I mean, this is habitual though. This goes on for 6 weeks or whatever you just said.
Yeah.
It's not like this is one time like
So-
a
How many
dump.
photos was this
just
bitch
like
sending him?
Yeah, plenty, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
So what's he think that there's gonna be some people out there go? You know what, Mayor? You're right. She is a skank. Fuck her.
Well, like it's not like he said, "Hey, Mayor Bradshaw here. Just wanted to let you know my ex is a
but-
whore."
anonymous until
No.
you're sure.
They're very anonymous.
But
it's
people,
not like, well, yeah,
there's
he gets
nerds out
caught.
there. Any nerd will tell you. I'm sure they can find out who these
course.
people are.
Yeah.
And you're doing this, so it's like you think some nerd isn't gonna be like, Who the fuck's posting this, by the way? It seems odd.
When you put her picture there, it's not
So-
hard to piece together.
Right, that's the other
When
thing.
did I
yeah.
say this was? From April?
April something to May something. April 4th.
April to May. So he was, Brett, he's a Republican, and he became the youngest mayor of Cambridge when he was elected back in January.
Oh yeah.
He got into
Take
office
long.
in
Right.
January, made it through February and March, and then he just couldn't help it.
Now I wonder what happened. Did she break up with him, or was he like, you know what? I'm 30, youngest mayor, motherfucker. Hit the road or
No,
something, and now he's.
I think he's scorned to have the
He's
revenge
scorned?
porn would be
Yeah.
my
How
guess.
dare you break up with the new mayor? I mean,
Yeah.
But life in prison seems a bit excessive. I'm not
I
going
would
to lie.
throw life in prison.
Yeah.
Life
Yeah, I
in
would say
prison
so.
seems a bit excessive.
I
He's
would agree.
facing a 100-year sentence and $250,000 fine. Here's why. It's like,
But even that seems out of whack.
It's
100
like-
years seems like what should be way more than
here's the problem,
250
Troy.
grand.
It's like $5,000 and 5 years
Yeah,
for
per-
every per incident.
Yeah.
You post shit ton of pictures.
Yep.
You know, they say his conduct violates Maryland's revenge porn statute, which prohibits the non-consensual distribution of a private visual representation of another, which exposes their intimate body parts or displays them engaged in sexual activity with the intent to harm, harass, intimidate, threaten, or coerce the person depicted. The victim, they obviously don't identify.
What
her.
if it's just to show them off? What if there's no ill will intended?
well, then they would have consent. They would come out and say, I was okay with this, I'd imagine.
Well,
They'd be
they
off
don't
the
Yeah,
have
but
hook.
to
it's
consent
on like fuckmyex.com on Reddit posts.
Yeah.
It's like meant to be, here's
I'm
my
just saying,
skank.
That seemed like a very specific
Well-
caveat to that.
She told authorities about the post May 14 and said they were posted without her consent, and that Bradshaw was the only person she sent it to. As if she's got duplicate images and she's sending them to 50 of her friends, and she can't crack the case about who she sent these to.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's like, yeah, I
wonder
remember
how
that
she
picture.
found it.
Here's the text from when I sent it to the fucking mayor.
I wonder how she found it.
Yeah, right. Her new boyfriend is creeping around looking at revenge porn online.
Hey,
He's like,
is
hey,
this you?
damn, bitch, get in here. Is this your fat ass?
Right? Can you pull this up, E? Can we check
I
this
don't-
out?
Oh, shit. What's her name? I don't know.
No, I don't know. You won't find him. I'm sure.
Okay.
The posts were made on various subreddits or dedicated forums. They came from accounts that contained the victim's name and birthday in the username, making it possible that someone could ID her.
Wait, her. Okay,
yeah.
okay. I thought I'm like, him, dude? Like,
Yeah, the posts traced back to an IP address at guess whose house?
Yeah. Not hard
I
to
bet
find.
you can't guess. Mr. Bradshaw.
it'd be best if I was actually hoping you were going to be like that he was that dumb and it was like literally just back to his office at the town hall or whatever.
Mayor 69.
Yeah.
He did say it shows the language the mayor used in the post, seen by investigators. Chubby white girl looking for a
Hey,
something daddy to message with.
I mean, it's a pretty big cliche, but
I nailed it.
I know.
Along with the victim's intimate parts exposed. So I don't know if he was
I
showing
said
her butt
thick, not
or
chubby.
titties.
Yeah, that's true.
But I meant chubby.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, thick is chubby, right? And these people that whatever. Don't get me started on that, by the way. I mean, God bless these people that like these fat asses, but I don't fucking get it, dude. I see people all the time now on Facebook
Yeah.
like, "Oh, look at that girl. She's thick. Fuck yeah."
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's been going on
yeah,
for a while,
gross,
Lee.
dude. Oh, I know, but
What's with the other C? How come it's not just thick? Because it's thick.
Right.
Why is the CC?
Oh, is that what they're doing now?
Yeah, thick. Now it's.
I think it's
if
like
she's thick,
thick.
it's yeah.
I guess,
THICC.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. Fuck a redacted for the first time last night. I'm still smiling this morning from the orgasms he gave me. You don't think he put like fuck the mayor?
Probably
something.
not.
You
Probably
think it
not
was
the
like an
mayor.
N-word?
I'm guessing yes.
Another post read, I've been posting pics of my titties on Reddit to get used by guys as their personal online slut.
Okay.
Outlets previously reported that his office was raided back in August. Oh, I bet someone stole these photos and posted them on his behalf to make him look.
He got what's that? Yeah,
I've been set up.
right.
He is going to continue to be
Hacks,
the mayor
that's always I say.
for
Hacks.
the time being.
Well,
So
for due process
Yeah.
until he's found guilty,
I think they
he'll
just
be forced to resign.
yank his ass out of there.
It's not going to end well, I'm sure.
No.
Yeah, that one seems pretty open and shut.
Yeah, especially when they pin it back to your IP address at your house. Story.
The maid did it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why they dropped that tidbit in the end, but people are saying that his office was broken into. It's like, man, you laying the
Leaving that little
groundwork.
door open.
You leaving the groundwork that it wasn't this mayor, really? But we'll see. McDonald's CEO He's in some
Ronald?
shit. No, Ron's actually not the CEO.
Really?
Yeah.
What is he? Just the spokesperson?
I don't know. They don't use that creepy clown much
Not anymore.
do they? I mean, they use his house. They use his crib
Yeah.
for the kids.
Yeah.
For the kids.
the
yeah,
kids.
right, of course.
It's for the parents, actually. But
Is
okay.
Playland even used? Is it? Can
Is
you
it?
find that fucking clown around McDonald's?
Well, the
anymore?
problem is none of them are really. They're still haven't opened back up, even though you can sit in some McDonald's. Those things I think are. I haven't seen one that's open anyway, like from
No.
COVID still.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
who
would
knows?
never walk into a McDonald's.
Like they're
so
shutting it
Dude,
down.
I can't fucking understand this. By the way, you're right. I think I told the story, and I think on this show at some point, right about kick that guy, oh suck my dick or something
Yeah.
because he was pissed. These people during COVID, and I understand everyone can have their feelings on what COVID was. But these people are like, when are they going to open up the McDonald's? I'm like, who are these motherfuckers that want to go into the McDonald's and eat?
My dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, old dudes. That's it, I guess.
Weird,
They
man.
get
He'll
the
go in there and
coffee.
sit for 2 hours.
I want to do it so I don't have to wait in 25 cars in the damn drive-thru.
I understand that.
I'm
but
the guy that I'll be fucking park it, run in, go
Yeah,
in, get my
yeah.
stuff,
Yeah,
and
I'm
be
too
Yeah.
lazy.
gone.
I'm too lazy, Troy.
Oh.
I'll sit there for an hour and a half if I have
My
to.
time is valuable, sir.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what? I know this
Mine
is,
should be, but it's
Is Chick-fil-A that? I know this is so fucking out of nowhere. Is Chick-fil-A that good? I
No. Oh my
still
God,
drive
yes.
by it,
Oh my
dude.
god, it's so good.
For
Ian.
real?
No.
no.
Dude, I drive by there and Novi still, and to this day, there will be
It's like that everywhere.
70
they are.
cars
Yeah.
in line. And I'm like, what
you know
are
what
you
though?
doing?
They have a system down. Those lines move incredibly fast.
It does. I mean,
They
but it's,
do.
but it's still,
they move incredibly
still
fast.
20 minutes.
No, I've seen those lines come out to the main road, at least in the Bay Area, because they're all over the Bay
In
Area.
Novi,
and
dude, they have
they
to-
wind those things. They have multiple people in
Yeah.
line taking your order, taking your money,
Yeah.
and they just cruise.
Dude, in Novi, they gotta have like a cop now, and like the
Yeah.
little road
No,
there
to
outside.
answer your question, it's not that good.
Okay,
It's okay.
okay.
It's okay.
It's
But-
okay.
Yeah, it's nothing special.
Nope.
It's the first
Nope.
thing my dad does whenever he goes back out west. Leaves the airport and goes to Chick-fil-A.
Not McDonald's?
Not McDonald's, no. He goes to McDonald's the next morning.
Right. Has his coffee.
But has
and-
to go to Chick-fil-A and get that stupid chicken
Is he at,
sandwich.
I hate to say this about your dad, but is he at the point now? Sometimes there's a pre-point where you're just okay. He gets his coffee and he sits there. That's fine. But is he at the point that he's talking the ear off of the workers?
No.
Like okay,
Hell no.
that comes though
no,
eventually.
dude, he'll bring his laptop and he'll listen to podcasts and stuff.
Okay. Wow, I'd like to go to Starbucks for that. They have better Wi-Fi than
He
me.
he loves McDonald's sausage
Okay.
McMuffin, no egg.
Okay.
Hates eggs.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You're right.
Sausage
Yeah.
and cheese biscuit.
He'll do the
Or
McGriddle.
Okay.
He'll do the
McGriddle's
McGriddle.
a highly underrated sandwich.
Oh, I hated the McGriddle. I didn't like the sweet and the
So good.
sausage and the sweet. I wasn't
sweet and
crazy about
salty, a little pancake action.
Yeah,
you know
I wasn't
me.
crazy about it. But he'll sit there for 2 hours. He'd listen to Rush Limbaugh or something.
Right.
You know. But yeah, there's a whole community in there, dude.
Oh, I know.
There's like old group of veterans.
Yeah.
And you know, my mom's always ragging on my dad, like, why don't you go say hi to those guys? And he's like, I don't want to talk to Bill and Steve. He like knows them, but he doesn't want
right.
to hang out.
Oh,
He
boy.
wants to zone out. But you know,
Think
he
he's
was
just
in
trying
the,
to get
he
away
was
from
in the
your mom?
Navy. He flew jets in the Navy. He should fit right in with these guys.
Dropped a few bombs even.
Yeah, farmers' backyards, but yeah, same thing. But yeah, no, he has no interest. He wants to be left the fuck alone.
Okay.
He wants to put headphones on and listen to his
he's
stuff.
probably old enough that maybe he actually won't become that guy because.
No, he's more tech savvy than anyone I know.
Well, no,
So
it's
he's
not even
super
tech.
into that.
But it's not even tech savvy. It's just eventually they get there and they
It's
start-
lonely.
Right.
No, he doesn't want to talk to anybody.
No,
Okay.
that's-
Good
No,
for him.
That's why he's
I
there, because
respect
Pat's
that.
talking his ear off.
Right.
He's going for a little peace and
Clucking away at
quiet.
home.
Yeah, he'll wake up first thing he does, man. Throws on some pants, and then walks out the door to McDonald's.
From what I hear about people that are
crazy.
successfully married, is I think that's the key. It's just like a lot of time apart. Is what really holds a marriage together. It's a lot of a lot of alone time.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been a lot of COVID divorces here. I can promise you, there's been a lot of people that realize what a fucking piece of shit they were married to after being stuck in the same house for a year.
That's dude. Yeah, like this. Really? This is the person? This is what
This-
you do all
this
day?
guy-
This is what you do all day?
Ugh, can't we go back to not seeing each other for 12 hours a day and then sleeping for 8 hours a day?
And an occasional
Jesus.
high here and there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe go to a concert on a weekend once a month or so.
Sure.
Anyway, McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczinski is facing backlash for comments he made in a text message to, but you know, the Chicago mayor, Lori Lightfoot,
Yeah.
the one that looks like she's buried and they just dug her up from the ground after 20 years of being buried.
Oh, yes,
She-
indeed.
you just catch her, glimpse of her on the screen, you go, ah! What the fuck? Can you put a fucking screen crawl or something letting me know that this is coming
warning.
up? A trigger warning? I don't want to
Crypt keeper.
see that. Jesus, put her back in the coffin. Just say, the mayor's in the coffin. We don't want to startle anyone. So anyway, he's texting her, and he appeared to blame the death of 2 Black and Latino children who were killed on the kids' parents.
Wait, the CEO of McDonald's was texting with
Yeah.
the mayor of Chicago.
In his text to the mayor this past April, Kemzinski was discussing the deaths of Jaslyn Adams, a 7-year-old, who was shot and killed while sitting in a car with her dad in the McDonald's parking lot in Chicago. So that's why it's relevant that the CEO
Sure.
and the mayor would be talking. And Adam Toledo, a 13-year-old Latino boy killed by police in March, he called both deaths tragic, but then he said in each case the parents failed those kids, which is I know is something you can't say, even harder to fix. And so somehow those messages leaked out.
He's catching a little heat for that.
Oh yeah,
Why?
Yep.
The saying that the parents failed him.
yeah,
Okay.
yep. He's since apologized. Of
course.
he's set up a meeting with the families now. So I don't know what that means. We saw this with
Free
Starbucks.
McDonald's for life.
Well, we saw this
Happy
with-
meals for everybody.
We saw this with Starbucks. Remember that story a couple of years
Oh,
ago,
yeah.
where some guy was waiting in there for like a job interview or
Yep.
something.
Well, no, oh yeah, you're right. He was waiting for someone else to come in, get a loan or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
He was meeting someone about a job or a loan or something.
Yeah.
They were supposed to meet there, but these guys were late for the meeting. So the black guy's just sitting there. And I think it was an Asian girl at the register was like, dude, if you're not ordering anything, you're going to have to leave. And of course, I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, because I'm black. And so they ended up having, I think the city had a parade in his honor.
Did they really?
I believe they gave him a couple Starbucks.
Right,
Where
Starbucks.
they started a program
Yeah.
for them to become
Oh my God, dude,
entrepreneurs. I mean,
a
it was
whole
like
thing.
Whoa.
Starbucks had a whole day where they took days off all
they
over
took
the
days
country.
off around the country.
Around the country
the whole
to-
thing down.
to
Yeah.
have sensitivity training and whatnot.
yeah.
And
They could have just pulled the Asian
And after-
employee aside that
Yeah.
said this to the black guy and been like, dude,
So,
oh wait, no, you
it's-
can't
it's
you can't
everyone.
reprimand a black guy for anything nowadays. What's the matter?
you know
with
what? They wanted to go to the bathroom. And they weren't buying anything. Because if you remember after that, they're like,
Yeah.
from now on, anybody can go, homeless people, whatever, it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Do drugs in there, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I don't know if he gets if they pay for this guy's school and anyone that's ever met him for the rest of their lives, these families, or if they give him a McDonald's franchise or
Maybe.
two.
I'm thinking Happy Meals for life.
How about just a happy meal? Just one would be good with me. But he's since apologized. I have not walked in the shoes of Adams or Jaslyn's family and so many others who are facing a very different reality. Not taking the time to think about this from their viewpoint was wrong. The criticism towards him was swift, and his comments, after his comments were revealed, several groups that help fight for better working conditions for people of color, fuck whitey, just people of color, including Color of Change, One Fair Wage, the Little Village Community Council, banded together and protested the company's headquarters in Chicago last week. They also penned a letter to Mr. Kemzinski calling his text ignorant, racist, and unacceptable. You relied on lazy, outdated, and racist stereotypes in
here's-
order to uphold the status quo and avoid accountability for those in power.
Here's the thing to me, like
power?
if he was saying this, and I'm not saying whether he, it's right or wrong, but if he was saying it in any official capacity or on Twitter, in a public forum on Twitter, and be like, "Hey, I feel terrible about this, but we also should," that'd be like one thing to me. When people say, the stuff you're reading in a text message to friends, you're talking out a situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're talking out saying
It's a private conversation.
and then also he's actually showing empathy towards the kids. He's saying, "Man, this is tragedy. I think these kids probably didn't have to happen. Unfortunately." So the point is, like, when these people say this, I think it'd be one thing, and I certainly wouldn't still really think it. But if it was a public, in a public forum, he was saying
statement, yeah.
it,
An official
versus
statement from
amongst
McDonald's.
friends where you're like kind of
Either one would be an enlightening conversation to have that nobody wants to seem to have.
I agree, too.
This guy sent out a memo or a video to McDonald's employees, suppliers, franchises, apologized for his remarks, calling them wrong, and saying, "I let you down. I let myself down." He acknowledges, "I have a very narrow worldview, and I'm working on addressing like this groveling." Here's the reality, okay? Jaslyn Adams, 7-year-old girl, is gunned down in a McDonald's parking lot. A couple months after authorities posted a $10,000 bond for help, they've arrested a second guy accused of fatally shooting the 7-year-old as she sat in the drive-thru. 21-year-old Devontae Anderson has been located and arrested in Chicago. Anderson and another man, 20-year-old Damon Gowdy, targeted Adams' father in the shooting. So clearly this is gang-related, and they go fucking ape shit unloading rounds into this car.
Yeah.
The men fired dozens of rounds into Adams' vehicle in broad daylight at a McDonald's drive-thru. Jaslyn Adams, 7-year-old girl, was shot multiple times and died. Her father was struck just once and lived.
Really?
Gowdy was armed with a .40 cal handgun while Anderson was carrying a Draco AK-47. So after the initial volley of shots, these clowns go back to their car and then go back and just unload more rounds into this car. It was riddled with bullets. Police recovered 47 shell casings from the weapons at the McDonald's, and the FBI described the vehicle as riddled with bullets.
How the hell do you only get hit once? Did he just pick up his daughter? It's like a shield?
Right? It sure sounds like
How
it.
the hell do you only get hit once out of 47 bullets?
So
Well,
Yeah, that's really like one of those movies where
40 because she took 7.
Right.
yeah, yeah, she got hit plenty of
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, it sounds like a freaking.
But she was
movie,
probably
you know?
strapped into a car seat and couldn't move. He probably ducked behind a seat or something. You know, who knows? But they already arrested Marion Lewis, 18 years old, because this moron drove them to and from the shooting. So that's one story. The other story, police released body cam right away of this one. This is the 13-year-old boy, Adam Toledo. Seen, he's running through Chicago, and him and his 21-year-old friend at 2:35 in the morning are shooting at cars driving by.
Yeah.
And they've got technology throughout the city that detects gunshots.
Is this in Chicago still? Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Too bad those technology wasn't there when what's his name when Jesse Smollett had his terrible situation.
Well, there was no shots fired in the Justice
Okay,
Smollett.
okay, sorry.
So, but they have this technology. So cops find out like a minute or two before 911 calls would be received that gunshots have been fired. And so they can beeline towards an area. These guys split. The cop chases after the 21-year-old, catches him, turns him over to his partner, and is like, I'm going after the other guy. Chases after him and catches him. At this point, the 13-year-old boy...
Carl fucking Lewis?
Yeah, right?
Holy shit.
He gets trapped at a fence. The 13-year-old boy lifts his hand, and within 0.8 of a second, a shot is fired. The kid's raising his gun,
Yeah.
and the cop fucking shoots him and
I
kills
remember
him.
they went back and forth on whether or not it was a gun. I
Oh, it
remember
was a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
in
tried to say
fact-
at some point it wasn't. I
Depends on
remember
what your
that.
definition of a gun is.
Yeah.
His lawyer, the family's lawyer,
Yeah, they wanted to make a big
says,
stink out of it. Like he was
Right, right.
unarmed. Like, no,
Right.
he had a gun. They're like, no, that's been no. It looks like a gun, but it wasn't. It was my pew pew gun.
It's a very right.
I've seen the video.
Son of a bitch
Yeah.
trying
It's
to.
a gun.
I think Troy was trying to leech off my pew pew joke from a few
Oh,
weeks ago.
yeah.
That's a pew pew
I
gun.
know. I'm kidding.
Come on.
I'm kidding.
At
You
the
don't
time-
get that one forever. E.
I know.
Jeez.
I'm just messing with you. Man.
So the family's attorney, who's just looking for a hellacious payday, I'm sure.
Of course.
At the time Adam was shot, he did not have a gun. Okay, in that slow-mo version of one of the videos, whatever he had in his hand, whether it was a gun or something else, there was something in his hand. He approaches the fence. He lets it go. He turns around and he's shot. It could have been a gun. I'm not going to deny that it could have been a gun, but I can tell you with 100% certainty, until I have that video forensically analyzed and enhanced, but it's not relevant because it appears that he was tossing the gun. If he had a gun, he tossed it. And the cops are like, yeah, the case is tragic, but his client was placed in a situation where he was left no other option. Juvenile had a handgun in his right hand. He was given verbal direction, told to drop and stop, to adhere to the police officer's valid lawful orders, and he begins to turn. At that point, the officer has no cover, no concealment. He's left with no options. He feels horrible. He feels horrible he had to use deadly force. No officer wants to use deadly force in the line of duty. He was well within his jurisdiction. He feels terrible. The entire incident lasts about 10 minutes from the dispatch of gunfire that police were alerted to the point where Toledo was pronounced dead at the scene. So anyway, tying this back to the McDonald's CEO. What did he say in his text to the mayor? This is tragic, but you can't, these parents let these kids down. In both of those stories I just read to you, does it sound like the parents let those kids down?
Well, I don't know anything about the second one. We don't know where his. Well, aside from
You have a 13-year-old kid running around shooting at cars at 2:36 in the morning on a school night, on a Wednesday night, with a 21-year-old. That seems to me like parents failed this child on some level.
That's okay.
You don't think so?
Yes and no. I think that's an easy, lazy kind of excuse to try and say that. I mean, yeah, you act like the parents failed. You have no idea what they tried or what they did or what they've been through. They could be pieces of shit, but they could be fucking great
Yeah,
people.
by
and
13,
he's an
he
asshole.
could be an asshole.
Yeah, sometimes
possibly.
the kid's just a fucking asshole, and it's not the parent's fault. That's all I'm saying. Not
Yeah.
automatic. Just because a kid's an asshole doesn't mean the parents are pieces of shit.
That's true. I was a total asshole.
I was going to say, I used to say that
Pieces of
to,
shit.
no, this is not the same
Yeah.
as this situation, but I used to say that to listeners. Back in the day when listeners used to really hammer me about how bad what a piece of shit I was and whatever. And they would start to get into my parents, and I'd be like, no, dude, my parents fucking tried.
Tried
Shut the
everything.
fuck
Yeah,
up, dude. So I know this is not the same as running around 13 with a gun, but I'm just, to Troy's point, I suppose.
Odds are, if you've got a
Wow, there we go.
13-year-old kid running around the streets at 2:30 in the morning on a school night with a gun shooting at cars and then lifting it towards a cop when you're told to stop, like, that sounds like the parents have failed somewhere along the line there. You know, if the kid had, stolen candy from the party store on the corner, you'd go, yeah, I wouldn't go, wow, his parents have failed him. But 2:30 in the morning on a fucking school night, running around with a gun and a 21-year-old shooting at cars in the inner city of Chicago, one of the most violent cities in America.
Yeah.
Sounds like someone failed someone there. And the 7-year-old, you
Well,
don't
yeah, we
just
won't
get
get into that.
gangs walking up to the car and putting.
The dad got that one killed, so he
Yeah.
definitely failed in that one.
So I don't know. He can grovel all he wants, but this is the point. If you just attack these people for anything,
Yeah.
Should he send that text? Probably not. But that an open dialogue is needed there. Like, okay, what can we do? I'm the CEO of McDonald's. You're the mayor of this major city. Those two people talking about violence in the city, you're actually talking about people that get something done.
Right.
That could actually help on the ground in a city like that to help curb this stuff. McDonald's is one of the biggest corporations in the world. She's one of the most powerful government leaders in America, Chicago's mayor.
Yep.
Like, those two people having an honest dialogue about, this is tragic, but these parents let these kids down clearly. The next text should be, what can we do? We need to team up our resources and try to do something.
You never get to have that conversation.
No,
You get
because
chopped off at the knees.
Yeah, it turns into, oh, what a lazy, arrogant, privileged thing to say, to assume, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. So we'll just do this now. That guy's going to be fired, probably. CEO of McDonald's will probably be fired.
Forced to step down.
Right. Forced step down. Hopefully he gets a $100 million severance package.
Should be a golden parachute associated with that.
Yeah. It's just unbelievable to me. Want to watch a funny video?
Yes,
A couple of them.
I'd like to. Revenge porn?
Right.
No. Well, I got a feel-good story. I got a few stories,
Make
but
me feel good.
make feel good.
I don't know what it was.
Okay.
I don't know what that was when it hit me.
All right.
Just Mike going,
Hey, you have an annual physical to make sure that you're healthy. And what do you do to make sure that you remain financially fit? Mark and Jay at LPL Financial specialize in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. Call today at 248-626-2000 and ask for either Mark or Jay.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
and is he the partner over there now?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got to be big shit over
Right?
there.
Yeah, driving that Beamer around. So if you
Is he
remember,
driving a Beamer?
Yeah, remember we found that out during the telethon. He called up and he said something. You were there,
Jay
Troy,
is?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said,
I was pretty hammered by the time.
Okay,
we-
yeah. Yeah, we found out.
I'm not going to say it's all crystal clear.
Yeah. Well, the point is, we found out that Mr. D. Cass is driving around a Beamer now. So.
Really? Well,
Spread out.
all right. I used to drive one. They're nice. They were
Yeah.
good cars, man. I liked them. I really did. Brass Against. Are you familiar with the band Brass Against?
I am, actually, a little bit. They do a lot of Tool stuff, so I've seen them do covers.
do they
mainly.
do original or are they cover band?
I don't know if there's. I've only seen covers, just because that's what comes
Yeah.
across my feed or whatever. But I mean, I've seen them do Rage. I've seen them do Tool.
Yeah,
I-
hard bands to cover. I didn't think that. I've heard better covers.
Yeah, I didn't say it was the best, but that's the
Yeah.
only reason they were even on my radar.
Well,
that I've heard of them.
This
Familiar.
band Brass Against is like opening for Tool on their European tour
Yeah,
next year.
I think
So
they're British. I think is that Brass
Are
Against? I think they're from over there.
So yeah, they've made a name for themselves by covering bands like Tool and Rage. They wrapped up their set on the first night of Florida's Welcome to Rockville Festival. I don't know. I'm not familiar.
Never heard of
Just
it.
another festival. It sounds like it's in Florida. Do you have the video there, Eve? Vocalist Sophia Urista peeing on a fan's face.
I've actually seen this already.
Yeah,
Because
so
someone
have I.
said- yeah,
But we
yeah.
haven't mentioned it.
Oh
so
no, no,
listeners
it's fine.
Send it to me.
Oh no, yeah, totally fine.
She kind of has a nice ass, doesn't she?
It's not bad.
Nice stream too. Strong
oh.
urethra.
You know-
whatever's going on there.
The first one I thought she shit on him.
Oh, really?
Well,
I thought that's
you'll-
where it was going when it was sent to me.
You'll
Like
see-
I thought that's where it was going.
Yeah, I mean, the first like shot that comes out, it looked like a shark.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, wait, what? And then I guess it's just the stream that goes after that because you'll see there's a
So she's
And
been
this guy.
complaining that she's got to pee, and so this fan apparently was like, "Yeah, pee on me."
yeah.
Man, this is my worst nightmare.
Is it
I said,
Frozen?
rather have a dude do it than a girl. Here we go.
You think the band? Look, so there's this first little shot.
That's hard to do, by the way. In that setting, to let yourself go.
When you really got to go, you got to go.
Oh my goodness.
Look at him,
Look
dude.
And it was that moment John knew he fucked up.
He doesn't seem to think he did,
No, I know.
which is. Well, no, but even thinking you're going to do it and then it happening, I could see you going, oh, you know what? This wasn't what I wanted it to be.
He's still spitting piss off.
Yeah, he is. Now she's like,
Oh.
"Get the fuck out of here." She's rude. Be so mean,
Yeah,
man.
right? Be more gracious to your urinal. I mean, there's a lot going on right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand she had to pee and she had made some comments about it, but how you get to the point from I have to piss to getting that dude on stage and pissing in his mouth.
A lot too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot. Well, she wasn't lying. She definitely had to go.
Yeah. It's got 10,000 likes and 8.6 thousand dislikes. So people are on the fence with this one.
Yeah, no doubt. That might be the most most even
Yeah,
thumbs
yeah.
up, thumbs down I've ever seen.
Right,
of any
yeah,
video.
yeah,
yeah.
No, you're
Yeah.
right.
It's generally very one way or the other. That one's pretty right down the middle. But people clearly
That's-
like the piss a little more than they don't.
I'm surprised that's allowed on YouTube. That's just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? How is that not?
I guess because you don't technically see nudity in a
Yeah,
sense.
that's-
Like,
you don't see nudity in the Facebook post I made with the snowman digging balls from a distance.
Right.
I know. I'm just,
You know, it just doesn't. Like I got ticketed. I was telling you about.
Right.
Me and two other buddies for pissing behind a bar dumpster at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
Royal Oak, in the dark, 2:30. You know, this is on stage in Florida. Like I don't care.
Did she get any charges for anything for this?
I have no idea.
I haven't heard
I mean, this
anything
is the
about it.
best pub they can possibly get. As a,
Oh, yeah.
as a cover band. I mean,
who would
shit.
ever have been talking about Brass Against?
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Nope.
What does Brass Against mean?
I think because they do like a horn version. I don't know if it's
Like Rage Against?
right. That's what I would think.
Yeah,
Rise
they do.
Against. Isn't there a band
The-
called
I
Rise
think
Against?
Rise Against. So I don't know if it's that, and then it's because they have horns. Just a guess.
I mean, you got to if you're going to be a quote unquote cover band, you got to kind of come up with something. There,
Yeah.
That is always interesting what people come up with when they want to be a cover band. You know.
Yeah. Well, the cover band doesn't usually get to open for the actual band.
Yeah.
You know,
they
that's-
got to have some of their own stuff. I mean,
This
imagine.
view. Now I know she's peeing, and I get that, but I mean, this has almost 3 million views.
Yeah.
So they must.
It's
be,
relatively well. It's made the rounds in the news cycle the last
Yeah.
week
okay,
or so.
Okay.
for
Well, I wonder
sure.
if I looked up other Brass Against
Yeah.
songs. Though.
I mean, I've seen it on every news outlet. Essentially.
Yeah.
You
Are
know,
they
the
blurring it
story.
out?
I don't know. I don't know where I went into the video.
Yeah.
I generally don't even bother clicking.
They seem
on
to have a
those
lot of
links,
other
so
videos in the.
I'll go look it up.
400,000, 100. So they must be.
Yeah, they're
somewhat.
not
Yeah.
they're not nobody.
Yeah, you knew who they were, T.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I've seen it because I've seen a couple of versions of some Tool stuff. They've done.
God, the video going around of O.J. Simpson. It's so funny. You were showing me that last night, T.
Yeah, I think I posted it actually.
Did you?
Enough. Yeah.
Do you have that video?
I have. Well, I will say this: I posted something about it myself, but
Yeah.
when I first saw it, someone posted it, and Mike, I think I had a pretty witty comment here, Mike. I said, someone posted a video and I said, a stab and a miss is what I said.
You did? Yeah, okay. You were one in 10 million people that said that.
Well, still, I came out. I didn't see it. Came out with it.
Yeah, let's see. A couple people wrote about this. So OJ is in this video. He's obviously at a bar in Vegas. If for those of you that are not on TikTok and don't see this stuff, so it's this blonde chick sitting there. She's cute.
She's like, he's out. Like, how long has he been out? He's
Right,
been out
I know,
for, like,
I know.
Years.
She's like, wait, what? He's out. And she's like, yeah, waves OJ Simpson in. And there's the juice dressed in. I was like, hey, baby, how you doing? And so he looks at her, she looks at him, and OJ goes in for a kiss.
He makes a move. He takes a shot.
A move, yeah. And so people were saying she makes a face. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the best part.
Well, that's the other thing I did. I don't know if you've seen how it's kind of going away now, but for a while there was a very big like kind of how's it going, how it started versus how's it going, and that's what I did. I took the screenshot, that one where he's in it, and the one where she makes a face, and I was like, when you don't believe, when you still believe O.J. Simpson's innocent, and you want to be on your TikTok video, it's like how it started versus how is it going. And it's like because at first she's like giving the thumbs up or some shit, then she's like, oh Jesus Christ.
One commenter said he took a stab at it, but he missed this time.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was my first instinct too,
It's
Stab and a miss, I mean.
there were 6,000 comments at the time I printed this story. So every other one is no one's gonna be like, where are you hanging out, Juice in Vegas? I'd love to meet up with you. Let's grab a drink. No, they're all gonna be, killed it. Yeah, stabbed him. Yeah. So someone else said, someone with the username Let's Go Brandon said, girls say breaking up with him feels like getting stabbed in the heart.
Jeez. Too soon.
Aaron said, better watch your back because the new Ford Broncos are out. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
What does he? He must see some of these, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Rob,
of course. Yeah, well, he blocked Amy.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, he's obviously takes
Man.
offense to it.
Sorry.
Someone else
Careful.
said
I was laughing so hard I was choking.
he would be a killer date.
Yeah, no doubt.
What was the one you saw, Troy? What was the one comment I thought was funny?
The one I posted was, has
Something
anybody checked on her since this happened, or the waiter?
And it's just so funny, man, because like he obviously just wants anybody like, oh, get over here, and here he is. Oh, hell yeah.
He's out.
Oh my god.
Oh, my God. What did she say? Did she say he wasn't going in for a kiss?
He had
I
to.
haven't heard
That's what
anything
the
like-
video
Clearly.
Play it. When a 22-year-old named Mackenzie dodged a kiss from OJ, they couldn't resist juicing this viral moment for all it's worth. Yeah. Saw that blonde hair started having flashbacks.
The kiss don't miss you.
He missed his miss. He took a stab at it and missed this time. Yeah, it's funny.
By the way,
Whoa.
I tried so hard when I was trying to do my stupid little post. I was trying.
Oh, fan denies his kiss. I thought it
Okay.
was saying fan denied he tried to kiss.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was trying I sat there for 10 minutes trying to get the right screenshot where he was going for the kiss and her face. And it's just because how the camera works, you couldn't. So finally, I just had to accept just her face.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
how the video goes, you can't fucking capture
Yeah.
him like with the kiss and her reaction. Fucking hilarious. I wonder how long like people will just like, like you can only come up with those same jokes so often, but on the same hand.
No, they land the same every time.
Right, that's the thing.
They just
Like,
do. Yeah, every time he posts a new video, it's almost like it resets time, and it's just like a race to who can fit in a shot at stabbing his wife.
Yep.
Right.
And when you get the extra and the waiter, like when we did those OJ calls, I always loved. What was Drew's line in that one about? Some random waiter. He killed blah blah blah. And,
Right.
And a waiter. It always made it sound like that was the thing. Like it was a combo. Like he couldn't kill one without the other.
Yeah.
Had to involve the waiter. I'm not doing it any justice, but if I listened to it, I'd remember better.
Right.
But yeah, I love when people bring stuff like that in. Like Oh man, they just released the new Bronco. If you had
Yeah, the
this-
new Bronco is a good one.
And, I mean, that is
so.
so funny if you think about it. Has anyone seen her since this video was taken?
Yeah.
Or the waiter?
I was talking to some friends
Oh,
about.
that's so bad. I mean, we interviewed Kim, man. We interviewed fucking Ron Goldman's brother.
Oh yeah.
What was his name? Ron, right? Was that the dad?
That's the
No, right?
no. Rob was the victim.
Ron.
Yeah, yeah.
Later.
Ron, yeah.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? Like I was thinking about talking about that. Like when that guy makes the Bronco joke, like it's so crazy to me. Like it's not easy to get into permanent pop culture, but like once you're there, like I never think of a Bronco other than O.J. Simpson. That's
Yeah.
all I think about when I think of Bronco. Even when the new one came out, and I'm not a car guy, but I saw him like O.J. Simpson or something.
Of course.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's just crazy once it makes it to
My
that
brother
level.
just bought one.
Did he really?
It's on order. He got the full size Bronco, and I'm
Gotcha.
like, "Oh, what color did you get?" He said white. I was like, "All right, juice."
Come on, dude.
He didn't
What?
do it for OJ.
Did he even think about it? Did he?
No, not really.
But when you said it, was he like, oh yeah? I mean,
He likes white. His Mustang was white.
Yeah.
His
It's in
Jeep was
Arizona.
black.
You don't
yeah,
want
I
a black
get
one.
that. I get that.
Yeah.
But still, man, couldn't do a little off
white Bronco.
silver maybe or something.
Yeah, no, he likes white.
I guess.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
Racist.
Yeah, he's in Arizona.
Yeah, he does.
Hey, here. All right, we do so many stories, and we'll get back to shitty stories in a second about
Yay.
the country falling apart. And everyone
Are you doing like
hating
an
each other.
uplifting story? Is that what's coming?
I
here?
am gonna do
Hold
an
on,
uplifting
here we go.
story. We're coming up on the holidays, man. An Arizona grandmother. You remember this? We
I don't
covered
trust
this.
it.
We covered this 6 years ago. You don't
Oh,
trust it?
this is a good story, actually.
Yeah.
Just from
Kinda.
Just from grandma, you picked that
I
up.
know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
he remembers everything.
Yeah.
So Nana, this grandma, sent a text to this black dude on accident.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Remember
this.
that?
Yes, I do remember.
And
this.
so this dude said, the original text is so funny, like, "Hey, you want to come over for Thanksgiving this weekend?"
Or what time you coming over? Or
What
something
time-
like
yeah,
that.
dinner's at 3:00, and he's like, "Who dis?" Typical response. "Who dis?" And it's like, "It's me, Grandma." And he's like, "Send pic." And she sends a fucking selfie of her.
Right.
And then he sends a selfie of his face at work back to her, like, "Diss me. You ain't my grandma." And he's like, "Can I still come over and get a plate?" She's like, "Yeah, of course you can." And he actually went over. He was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
He went over there, and this 64-year-old Nana and this 17-year-old black kid in Arizona, white and black, fucking ebony and ivory, they hit it off. And he's gone back every year. She invites him back, and now
Okay.
he's got a girlfriend. He's like 22. He's got a girlfriend. So he's been invited back this year.
Right on.
And so, yeah, I want you to know, he posted, "This is year 6, going back."
I hate, by the way,
Excellent.
I
I
know
like
that-
when that stuff happens.
Well, I know
it's great.
Yeah.
We've talked about this over the last few years, how whatever I've gotten, but I hate to admit it, dude. I watched recently someone because they did like you said, a new update or something. Or
On this story?
the Today Show, I think, just did a thing where they're
Yeah.
like they did a little. And I found myself crying watching it. I'm like,
Oh, you big pussy.
I'm like, oh, it's good. I like this. Happy. You know what? I think it is. I have gotten so sick of the negativity that when I see positive stories, man, I'm so sick of it. I hate that people are so negative to everybody all the time. Well, I cried. I got a little emotional. And I will say this is, and for whatever this is worth, I find myself even with sitcoms. I know.
Oh, boy.
I like it when black and white people are friends. When there's like a black and white people are friends, I'm like, that's nice.
That's nice.
Because I think there's so much hate.
black
There's
and I am white.
You are blind as a bat, and I have sight.
I get up.
Side by side on my piano, Negro. Why don't we?
I just like it. I like when there's black people and white people are friends in TV shows and stuff. Like,
Why? Well,
it gives me a good feeling. I guess.
get
don't
it.
know.
Gives us hope.
When I'm walking around the set, you just don't see the super negativity. When you walk around in everyday
yeah.
life, you don't see it, and that's the reality of the world.
Yeah.
Is most people just get along out there. It feels more on edge for sure, but yeah, there's something cool about that.
I think
You know,
honestly
not
that
in a
really is some
sitcom,
of,
but
no, that really is some of it. Like this story, and I've always actually, like when I look back on it, I've always kind of been that kind of emotion. I haven't cried as much as I have in the last 5 years, but whatever. But like, honestly, that is some of it, though. I do believe that's some of it. I'm just, you know how I am. I'm a positive person. I get so sick of all the stories that when I see something like this, it does make me fucking happy. It's like, see, it's out there.
Well, you know what it is?
You know
I
the
think it's-
sitcoms aren't real, though, right?
Well, I know the sitcoms are real, but I'm hoping that art will portray life or something, I guess. Or,
You know what it is? There's an authenticity to it.
yeah.
When something like this, like you see so many people fake that.
Right.
Try to.
No,
I mean,
exactly.
and this could be a fake that's gone on for 6 years, and oh my God, they got all of us.
No, you're right. This isn't an ESPN kind of bullshit. you
Yeah,
know?
it doesn't have the. It was just like an odd thing, and instead of just like who this wrong number and delete them,
Yeah.
you know, it's like can I still come over and get a plate? Like such a funny comment, and then for her to naturally respond like. I'll feed anyone. That's what grandmas do. And then he goes over there. It's just, it's an awesome story.
It really is.
It
Right,
really
yeah.
is a cool story. And the fact that they kept it up and every year now it's tradition.
Well, her husband
it doesn't
ended up,
help.
unfortunately, dying of COVID.
Yeah, last
and
year.
so I think that they said you said he had a girlfriend now, and her girlfriend invited her, you know, the Nana over to their place this year, I guess. I don't know
Oh,
if
is that
that's
what
it.
happened?
Yeah. I don't know if that was in your story. If you hadn't gotten to that yet, I apologize.
We
But
didn't actually read
No,
the
no.
details. Just wanted to bring it up.
okay. yeah.
It's Jamal Hinton and Wanda Dench. I don't know if you can tell which one's the black kid and which one's the grandma.
No.
Wanda Dench and Jamal Hinton.
No, it's a tough one.
It's a tough one. Anyway, Hinton was 17. I didn't know that it would bring me great joy if you, Michaela, and your family would come to my house on Thanksgiving Day to share a good food conversation. Your friend always, Wanda. Okay, so Jamal, is it Jamal? Did I say Jamal?
Yeah.
Jamal's girlfriend is Wanda and sent that to. Wait. No, Wanda sent it, E.
Okay, I swear I heard, again, I just watched like a minute and 45-minute kind of clip on YouTube from
Controversy.
But I thought it
Look
said
it up.
that the
We got to know
that-
where dinner is.
they were now out asking her to come, like him and his girlfriend were asking the Nana to come to their place this time because of her losing her
Hinton
husband.
shared a screenshot of a text message he received. So Jamal Hinton received a text message from Wanda Dench, who invited him, his girlfriend Michaela, and his family over to her house.
Well, that was no. I think you're thinking way back in the day. I'm
no.
talking like,
The-
okay.
He's 22 years old.
Okay.
Took to Twitter on Tuesday to announce.
All right.
That she,
Okay, maybe whatever. It's cool either way.
Maybe last year they went to.
Maybe someone was resharing a video from
Hinton
last
also
year.
shared a photo of himself, Michaela Dench, and Dench's late husband Lonnie,
Okay.
who had died from COVID-19 in April 2020.
You know what? When I think about it now, Troy, the person when I saw it, because I see this every year, but it does seem to pop up. It's pretty
Yeah.
popular. But someone shared it, and they're like, "Oh, I can't not share this every year." So maybe they were sharing it from their memories, and I saw.
Well, yeah.
something from
So
last
yeah,
year.
if he died in 2020, then in April of 2020, then maybe
Yeah.
last year.
Well, I guess
they would have.
When I heard that, though, I almost thought they were.
Cook.
I thought they were inviting her over. Like this year, it made sense because he had. But whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I say last year was at Jamal's.
Okay, that probably makes sense.
Going on the
You
record.
think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're just guessing.
No.
You have no idea.
That's totally based on nothing.
But he's on the record with it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Listen, opinion is fact.
Right.
Rumor is not.
Right.
Opinion is.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow. So this has been fact checked.
Opinion is fact these days, though.
Yeah.
That is how
But
people
not
deal with it.
rumors.
True.
But not a rumor.
A woman who
Or
helped
emotion.
deliver her best friend's baby claims she discovered just days later that, oops, her own husband was the father of the girlfriend's baby.
How do you find that out?
Haley Custer, 28, from Wickenburg, Arizona, said she was left heartbroken after finding out her husband of 6 years, Travis Bowling, had cheated on her with her
Travis
close
Bully?
friend. Not Travis Bully. Close. Travis Bowling. The mother of four says that after being there every step of the way to support her unnamed best friend during the birth, including wearing the hospital's daddy wristband, she was devastated when she spotted a birth defect on the baby's neck, identical to one on her husband, that her husband had.
Dude, this is like, even though it's not a race thing, to me, I've always wondered. I mean, there's always the joke of like you're in the, you're getting the baby, and all of a sudden he comes out, he's black or something.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
this is like as close as you can get to
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah.
she sees a very distinct thing. Like, wow, that seems a bit
And
funny.
apparently he's got multiple kids and they all have this birth defect on their neck.
Oh, yeah. That's telltale.
He's got a map of Texas on their neck as they're
Right,
born.
right.
And I was like, hey.
Damn
How does
boy.
that I don't understand how that transfers like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
After confronting the pair about her suspicions that her partner had fathered the baby, she claims her worst fears were confirmed. She now alleges Bowling had cheated on her with up to 30 women while they were married. All right,
Oof,
all right, Trav.
okay, wow.
Travis Bowling's getting around.
How do you go
Sexy
from
Jesus.
I knocked one up to 30.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
didn't
yeah, you're
knock
right.
up 30. Fuck 30.
No, I know.
He knocked up 2 others though. She thinks.
But you're having this conversation, and finally, it's like, you know,
Fucking
you're right. She, at the worst case, she's like,
Knows
"Oh my
one.
God,
You know one.
It was a friend." You know,
Deny,
yeah.
deflect, deny. You know of one.
Why would you
How do you
bring
get
up
to 30?
Oh, by the way, it was 30 actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, is it that one of those like, well, now that this is over, I can
yeah,
fucking
okay.
stop this charade.
Yes.
I've been literally
Maybe.
banging a chick a week since we got married.
Yeah.
so
She's got 4
you know,
kids. It's blown out. He's trying to get
Yeah. You think?
a better fit, I think.
So, despite the breakdown of her marriage, Custis says she welcomed her friend into her home after she gave birth because she had nowhere to go. I kept thinking of my kids. This is their blood sibling, and I'm not going to be the one who causes harm to the child. Apparently, she's homeless. The woman giving birth had nowhere to go.
So the girl he was banging, like her husband was banging a homeless chick.
Yeah,
But it's
who
her-
was friends
But they're
with-
friends.
But they got to be
I know.
friends.
They said they were
I know.
So she just let her friend be homeless this whole
Sure.
time until she had a baby?
Yeah.
Fucking
trailer
great
park did this
friend.
come out of? Like, Jesus Christ! Like,
I don't know if I. So here's the one. Here's the wife. Here's
Can
a
we get
picture
some
of her.
Maury on this? I need to know. Oh, bullshit.
Homeless
Let
one's
me
the one with tits.
Come
me
on.
see.
What?
Come on.
You don't
This
think
is-
that could be homeless?
This is some This is some fucking Maury shit. Is
this an Onion article or something?
They're
See
looking
if you
Or
can
like-
pull up pictures. There's other pictures.
Yeah.
They
Find
look
the
like
revenge ones.
here, I don't know the names or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of. But kind of hot.
I was surprised by that. That was
What were you thinking it was going to look like?
not attractive. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost had you pull up pics. They did a terrible job pixelating.
Yeah, right?
was like-
Really,
but-
I saw right through that.
Yeah, but you could
Yeah,
just
but-
focus
yeah,
on
if
them
you're-
titties.
If you're like in witness protection and this is the image you get, by the
Yeah, I
way,
know.
like
I know.
like, oh yeah, nothing to see here.
Did you find them?
I didn't. I just, you know what? I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate
Yeah,
them
'cause I
not
can't read the
pixelating
writing.
out the
I
tits,
need it
though.
now,
That
I'm
was
sorry.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. No, and that's why I
Not
printed it just so we could
titillated.
see them tits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Titties look nice.
Not
Do
bad.
they look like they could be sloppy?
Well, when's that from?
You know, is Haley the one?
Are
that
they
he's been
engorged
banging,
at that time?
I guess she is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be just their friends, hanging out with their homeless friend.
I know. Just it's weird.
Here. Oh shit. One second. Sorry. This is usually. Well, no. I hit. Daily Mail usually has a bunch of pictures. If you find an article with them, they'll usually have.
Oh, yeah. They do. Okay, there you go. Here, give me my story back.
You give me back my
Give
story.
me back my story.
Usually,
I'm
we'll
gonna
see
need
what
that
we-
later.
Okay, so what are we dealing with here? This is
That's
Okay,
the-
so
that's
that's
the
husband and wife, right?
Now this is one of those stories where sometimes she looks hot, sometimes she doesn't look as hot.
Yeah.
But she's had 4 kids.
Right.
So this could be post blowout.
Okay, there's that.
That's a terrible pixelation. I'm
I
sorry.
know.
Like
Yeah.
seeing it on here, it's even worse. That does nothing.
No.
Nothing.
They knew you but see right there.
So this is
They
the.
pixel out the baby.
You don't want you to see that giant birthmark. She's cute there, right?
Yeah, not bad. I mean,
That's the mom, right? That's the or not the mom.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
The,
The
wife.
one that told the story, they're showing her pictures.
Yes.
So that's Haley Custer. She's 28.
Okay, so this is the family here.
And so there's the guy that's
Look, I
just
never
fucking
bel-
everything in
wait.
town.
Well, how
that
come
is
the
left.
how come the Downey one's fine, the boy's good, and then the girl's blurred out,
And
but not the
again-
mom and the kid?
Terribly blurred out, by the way.
It's weird.
Yeah, maybe. Who
By,
knows?
by the way, if you're
Maybe she said my daughter's hideous. Can you blow
And
her
why-
face out?
if you were in
The couple
school,
pictured with 3 of their 4 children. Where's the other one? Taking the picture?
well, this isn't here yet, right? Well, they're happy still. By the way, in this image, like in this setting, like they're doing it for the news article, and they're like, "Wow, we don't want to embarrass the daughter." Like, yeah, I don't think any of our schoolmates could figure out who this was.
Yeah.
Like they,
Keep going.
better on the blur job, I guess.
Is that that's the?
Is it the best friend again on the right?
Yeah, I think so.
She can't be homeless. I don't understand. It says homeless.
Yeah, I think so. There she is, blurred baby and all. Cardinals fan, of course.
Yeah, see, that one's not a good one. That one's a pretty good one.
I mean, she's good looking enough, though. I mean, she's
Yeah. Oh,
not
yeah.
an uggo.
Yeah, I mean,
But that dude was going out every weekend and fucking a different chick. He didn't
I think
care.
she's better looking than he is. Look at his face in this. He looks like a psycho.
I'm glad to hear that. E.
I'm just saying, like,
She also claims her now ex-husband had 2 children with 2 different women while married. I heard rumors that my friend was pregnant and homeless. So I reached out to her. I felt the need to help her. I didn't see anything there. I was very naive, so I just didn't think it'd be possible for someone to do that. We had just got home from the hospital. I was changing the baby when she turned her neck and the birth defect popped out. When they're babies, it's really hard to see, and I wasn't looking for it.
Can we
I
zoom in
felt
on
it, and
the-
I was like, okay, this shock came over me.
Can we get a picture of the dude or something? Can we see this birth defect?
Oh shit! I don't think they have a picture.
He's got it, and all the kids have it.
Yeah.
I think they have a picture of the. It's right there. No, I'm just kidding.
I felt it. I was like, okay, the shock came over. When I found out my friend was standing next to me, I looked at her, and you could just tell. She couldn't say anything. She just dropped her head and looked to the floor, and I just knew there were no words that were said. I was in a lot of shock. In the beginning, I couldn't even process what had happened. It's almost like a stage of grief. You have anger and shock, and you come to the conclusion that this is real life. This is happening. She's taking it well. I was there for her every step of the way. I gave the baby its first bath. Haley's found forgiveness within herself and plans on continuing her friendship with her friend and having a cordial relationship with her ex for the sake of the kids. Now we have this innocent, I kept hearing the words over and over in my head, big picture. To me, that meant stop with your tunnel vision. Now we have this innocent child who had no say in this situation. You have someone who doesn't have anywhere to go, who has no family. We're not going to kick them to the streets. I kept thinking of the kids and blah, blah, blah. I've had one or two comments who were obviously men and narcissistic who said stuff like, well, if you took care of your man, you wouldn't have cheated. Come on, man.
A, that's not true. B, can we get a throuple situation maybe you're going on here? Who
Sounds like you
knows?
could. This chick's a gamer, man.
I think so.
Look,
He's
I'm not-
fucking everything that moves, and she's like, you know,
All right,
still hang
let's
out,
go.
whatever.
I'm not trying. I mean, maybe I sound like a. I'm not trying to sound like a pussy here. It's not like woke motherfucker. I don't care, dude. Nothing really offends me. But these dudes going on comment sections in this book, well, she taking care of her man. This wouldn't have happened. And it's like, what are you doing that for? Like, who are you?
Troy,
She got 4 kids. She obviously puts out.
Well, Troy,
Right.
you had
Yeah,
a
she
strong. Shut up, Pete.
Okay.
Troy, you had a strong reaction to that when I said, you know, well, if you take better care of your man, you
That
wouldn't
is
have
true,
cheated
by the
on
way.
you. And you were like, not true.
Oh, no.
What do you think? What are you thinking there?
I think guys are pigs. They'll cheat no matter what.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, we do. I think we have enough case study in the in the history of humans.
Watch out for this
Right.
hot take.
Right, right.
Men are pieces of shit.
Yeah. I know. All I think about
I'm
is
saying
I can't
everybody,
think of
not in
any
every
example.
situation,
Right.
but
I think of Chris, what's his name? The character in Something About Mary, whose wife's blowing him while he's drinking a beer, watching TV. She's making cookies for him, bringing him cigars, just
Right.
blowing him, cooking for him, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, whatever, bitch. He's still hung up on Mary. That's all I
Yep.
can think about.
Yeah.
Chris,
right.
what the hell is this? Chris Elliott.
yeah.
Chris Elliott. So, yeah, that's a rough one, but, you know, she's taking it in stride. What are you going to do?
Maybe those two hook up. And they could be mommies together for the
Seeing that.
kids.
Wouldn't mind seeing that. All right, should we get to a couple emails? Sure. All right, I got a few here. Mike and all the glorious cast members. I'm so incredibly happy that you guys are keeping the show rolling. I have been super happy to catch your YouTube streams, although usually not live. Living in Arizona, so sometimes I forget about the time difference for when you normally air. I don't have anything specific to mention, but one thing I would like to request, due to the status of the show being up in the air, potentially rebranding, is that you give us a heads up before, so we don't have that we don't have new episodes anymore. It feels like old times being able to hear the hot takes on current events every day, and I don't want to get used to something for it to end all of a sudden. Once you get things sorted out, make sure your listeners know. You let your listeners know, as I can confirm, I will be switching from my free plan to some sort of paid plan in order to help support you guys. Thoughts and prayers and shit, and don't go dying of the vid. Mackenzie. Thank you, Mackenzie.
Oh, Mackenzie. Sounds like a girl. Sounds like a lady, as the ladies' man would say.
Just a lady.
Right.
Just a lady.
That was nice. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep emailing. Send us some pics, whatever Mackenzie you like. And
Typing Mackenzie into my Facebook as we speak. See if I have any mutual
Gotta be one of your friends.
start
Do I
the
have any-
troll. Here you go. Ian.
Right. Do I have any mutual friends?
Troll. All we know is Arizona and Mackenzie.
Right.
Get to work. See what you can find. No, Mackenzie, that if you're listening, that absolutely is the plan. I will not leave you guys high and dry. Whatever we do, it will be transparent as we go. And however we switch heading into the new year or whatever, however we lay that out, I'll be very open with you guys about what the plan is and how to go about it so that it doesn't skip a beat. That's the plan. We've got some meetings coming up. So look forward to that. So
By the way, not to T-Roy talking about Megs being pig, and then right away, look at the example.
What?
Email, and then it's, Mackenzie. Sounds like it could be
Well, that was you said that. You said that.
I know. No.
We thought it, but you said it.
You actually said
No,
it.
my
You think I
point is-
wasn't going to look up nude pictures of Mackenzie on my off time?
My
Are you out
point
of your
was,
mind?
Troy said the thing, and what do we have 3 minutes later? And all it took was, it sounds like a female name. And
Yeah.
right?
Shut up, Themis. Shut up, Themis.
Was that the name of the thing? It's Themis?
Yeah.
Or,
The Themis.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's for a Greek god.
Is it
Oh,
going to
yeah,
go
the
off
Greek-
if we're
yes.
talking about how hot Mackenzie is?
No. Well,
If it,
who
is
knows?
it like
I don't know how
sexist
woke
or-
this thing is. I don't know. We'll
I,
find
I
out.
get the feeling it was pretty fucking woke.
Well, just the
and
fact
it
that I
throws a
s-
shit fit.
Yeah.
I would say just the fact that I suggested a name sounds
You-
female
you
is
you
it would be an
you
alert.
Are there
assumed the
McKen-
gender.
Right.
Are there Mackenzie guys? Mackenzie?
There's 100
Bob
sexes
and
now. What are
Doug.
you talking about?
That's their last name, not
So?
their first name. I know when John Mackenzie's a buddy.
But I mean, everybody is
Spuds?
everything, though.
Spuds McKenzie. Yeah, I don't know what Spuds was, but you got some research to do. See if you can
Okay.
find some nude videos or something.
Yeah.
At least some.
I'm going to
topless photos.
first start with the revenge porn
Yeah,
sites.
there you go. This is going to be my first go-to from now on.
And that's how we make sure no women ever email us again. There you go.
I know. Ruin it for the
There's
rest of
a
them.
master class on making sure no woman will ever fucking write you again.
I know.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Take a bow. Let's see. James says Sandy Hook is the subject.
Okay.
All bullshit.
Never happened.
How do all those quote parents / crisis actors end up getting shot in the Las Vegas shoots and in Florida? Man, those fuckers have some bad luck. Those dicks made themselves the story by parading in front of the cameras like that dick in Florida has. Regardless, Obama wanted ARs and was more than happy to slaughter a few little shits to get them. He's just sour grapes. It didn't work. So he's going after Alex Jones.
Holy shit. Is that a real take?
That is
James's take.
That is a take right
I
there.
do not want any topless fake photos or nude videos of James, by the way. James, I feel like has emailed us before. I don't know how serious that is. I don't know what Obama would have at this stage going after Alex Jones. Although his former vice president is the current.
It was a little hard to follow that.
Yeah.
It was
Was
a
there
bit,
people really, parents that were in the shootings, that
Well,
were
that
at the
was
Vegas shooting?
Nah,
Like-
that was the thing with the Sandy Hook. That's what Alex Jones was saying.
Well, I
when
remember
they
that,
were
but
like
this guy was
actors.
suggesting like the
Because
okay.
they started
Gotcha.
these people appeared in these other is it Vegas?
The Vegas shooting. I'm assuming he's talking about what's his name. I'm with James on this one. That Vegas shooting still has made no sense to me. I haven't heard good resolution from that. None of that has made any sense.
Right, for
at
sure.
all. How that guy could have gotten up there with 50 semi-automatic rounds and unloaded, and they don't have video of every inch of that. You know they have video of every inch of Las Vegas. It's the most videoed spot on planet Earth, and that's not even figurative. That's literally the most videoed place. And this guy over weeks was going upstairs and fucking setting up this arsenal to
Right,
shoot
they're gonna
down.
nail you if they
And
count
you
you.
have no video of this nowhere. I mean, this mob run town doesn't
Right.
want people to know about it. And I haven't refreshed on the details of that. But I don't know, James, if you know something, I don't know if this is just an InfoWars story or if I just haven't seen it, but are you saying then Sandy Hook parents, a lot of them ended up being shot and killed at that, was it Jason Aldean's show?
Yeah, holy shit. I can't believe you got that, dude.
Whoa, yeah.
Good for you, man.
Wow, that came out of nowhere. I didn't expect that. Hope that impressed Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Man,
That was good, dude.
The synopsis were firing.
wow, my memory's working.
Yeah.
No, but the callback, I hope that impresses Mackenzie. As if anything going forward now is just like, well,
Just
I
to
better
impress Mackenzie a
let
little
me-
bit.
We got some making up to do.
Right. Man, I've been picking my nose for the last 5 minutes. I hope she wasn't watching the live feed.
God, I hope Mackenzie didn't see that. So is that what he's saying? That they were, and in Florida, I don't know what that is about.
I thought that was. I didn't remember it being Vegas. I thought there was another with like school shooting or some tragedy like that was where they ended up being at. What's Sandy Hook?
Oh.
What's the?
Yeah.
he's talking about the kid from Florida, the
Parkview, David Hogg shit.
hog.
Yeah.
Yeah. that I think that's what
Parkview,
he's
right?
talking.
Parkview.
I think
The
so,
guy
yeah,
from Florida, I think he's
Sounds
saying
right.
hog. So, like I said, that's a little hard to follow, but
It's a little hard to follow.
lot going
James,
on in that
you need some work
3
on your
sentences.
paragraph structure and
Yeah.
sentence structure. I'm willing to listen.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always up for a good conspiracy. Hell, I think the moon is fake. So
I don't bring too many comments from the pages, but here's a hot take from a listener that said T-Roy is right. Guys can be pigs. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The internet audience is
that
agreeing
settles
with
it.
you.
All right.
T-Roy. Guys can be pigs.
I'm just saying.
I mean, there's a confirmation.
Yeah, it's official.
all right, lastly, before we get out of here, and we'll get out of here next. Mike, first of all, it is so fucking nice to hear you back. I listened to Drew and Mark too, and they've gotten me by, but I have really missed your guys' takes on all the crazy shit that's been going on. And T-Roy is a very welcome addition to the show. If there's anyone that can fill Jay's shoes, it's him. Shots fired.
Oh, wow. Who?
Right,
Anywho.
exactly.
I know you're no stranger to rap, so I've got a hopefully new to you rapper to check out that's making crazy waves. His name is Tom McDonald. You guys heard of Tom McDonald?
Yeah, I had.
Have you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to him stuff, but I knew who.
I
some
have
of his
not.
Stuff. Yeah,
That screams rapper to me.
Tom McDonald? Yeah.
he looks like a rap.
If
no.
you've heard of him, awesome. If not, I'll link a couple videos for you. I stumbled across him and have been hooked for a few weeks now. He actually bid and won an Eminem beat from his NFT or whatever the hell that was song called Dear Slim. He raps about current shit and some really good lines. But check him out and show the crew. His songs are good rabbit hole to go down here. Two of my favorites. Brainwashed in America. Thanks for all you do. Hope you dig him as much as I do. From Alex.
Tom
Do you-
McDonald.
What do you,
He's
do you have?
actually
Do
kind of good. I mean,
you have Brainwashed?
sure.
All right.
He's not bad. I've heard a few of his stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know this one. I don't know him well enough. Like I don't know this one. I don't. Not sure if I know this one or not. But
Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows. Politics, celebrity, gossip, popular, neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world. The only wars to get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because
Wait,
they know
T.
that if we get along, we'll probably go against them.
It's not bad.
I'm not impressed.
No.
I'm a purist. It is an MC
Yeah, yeah.
that does 0 for me.
Let's see. Close it
It's
out.
okay.
How many views is he getting?
It's okay.
that wasn't a song I've heard. I personally, I kind of liked it. I think I've heard a few
10
songs
million
I like.
views.
It's catchy. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't
And-
think
and
it's, I don't think it's
subjective.
bad.
I just, as an MC, I don't think that he's.
Well, it's kind of the newer style of how rap is, I think. But
Okay.
He's got
It's okay.
521,000 likes and 9,000 dislikes.
I was
That's
trying
not
to
bad.
remember. Oh, here's the song I'll tell you for whatever it's worth. You don't have to listen to it, but this
What
is
is
the
it?
one I remember. I liked.
What's it called?
People Are Stupid.
Is it about politics?
But there's Uzis in our schools. Every dude who touched a boob or a booty getting me too. What you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school? We're all triggered and defensive. We're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended? Now being fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can do. Jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cooler to slip a bird to the system. And now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's my race, it's my weight. It's because I'm a Christian. I hate the internet and anyone who has an opinion. And everybody angry if you say white. Okay, fine. Pass me the brush and I'll paint my face to the shades right. Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works.
Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth? Weird.
Get better problems, I swear to God they all want them, y'all so dumb. People so stupid, people so dumb, people so boo-hoo, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues, it's so dumb.
24 million views.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Someone's listening to him.
Somebody is.
I've never heard of him. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, I don't know. I don't listen to much new
I do.
stuff at
I
all
heard it
these
from.
days, but
I
he's-
saw it from a friend.
I
on
could see people
Facebook.
digging that. I
Yeah.
could see people digging that a lot.
Got a good beat.
Yeah.
funky beat. I can bug out to it.
I knew you wouldn't like it, Troy.
No.
You were a fucking original OG
That's okay.
purist with rap. There's no way you were gonna like that.
That's
That's okay. You don't have to.
that's lazy to me.
I like it. So how's that? But I'm a lazy motherfucker. All right, let's get
I
out of
didn't
here.
have to say it.
We'll get out of here. We doing something tomorrow? Yes, no, team, maybe.
I don't.
We'll see.
No, I don't know. Not
Okay.
tomorrow. Probably not.
Okay, probably not tomorrow.
see.
Thursday we'll do something.
TBD.
Okay. Today's Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. All right. Losing it. Thanks, E, for being here. I know you're very tired, so I appreciate you being here.
Oh, I appreciate it. It's fun. This was fun, man. I liked it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. Support My Pillow. Go to the. I know some people have done that. I just got an invoice from them. I appreciate everybody that's doing that because they give us a nice chunk of whatever people buy, whether it's any of the products at all. They really take care of us. What?
I'm mad. I sounded like a douchebag when I said, "Oh, this was fun." I thought that
was
was kind
fun.
of no, it was fun. I was about to say that when we got off the air that I was like, had a really fun time today, but I felt douchey how I said it on the show. So
And it
whatever
went
it's
right
worth.
over me. I didn't catch that at all.
Okay, see, we all are in our own head all
I
the
was
time.
glad that you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Amazon link. Done for the day. Okay, Rittenhouse jury done for the day. So
Ooh.
deliberations tomorrow. I don't know if that's good or bad news, but anyway, we'll decide. We'll deal with that later. Use the Amazon link. Just click on DetroitCast.com. Click the Amazon link through there, and they make some money that way too. So
Yeah, every little
otherwise
bit helps.
They're gonna turn the lights off.
You're gonna
here
order it anyway.
in a matter of days. So we got to do something. All right. And Walter's at DetroitCast.com. That's the active email for right now. If you want to send an email, show us some new artists. Mackenzie, if you want to respond again, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, follow up.
Always. And we'll do it again on Thursday. We'll see you then.